lọ́jà ẹ̀yẹ ìwúwo ló lájú. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa, ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè dojú àgbà. Ọmọ Oòduà ṣe kiri ẹ̀dídé fún ẹ̀kọ́ adúláwọ̀ ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé ilẹ̀ lè rí àwa wọlé ká owó ilẹ̀ wa wá. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé ká lè gbàdé ayé adúláwọ̀ àwa ní mọ̀lẹ́ tí ó kàn káàkiri. Koiki Media àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájọ gbá yín jẹ. À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú ọlọ́rọ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa gbé tẹ̀tẹ̀. Koiki Media ọ̀rọ̀ lágbàtọ́ mi ò ní. Máa bá ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata. À ń gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ jẹ́jẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀. Ṣé ìlú máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́? Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ mi ló máa ń dè máa dé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ mi ló máa wọ̀. Igbó máa wọ̀ gbàjọ́jì ògbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀. Àjòjì tí bá wà bẹ̀, á tẹ̀lé ní bọ́ra. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ máa náwó òyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìí ní dé owó mo dájú pọ̀ sí o. Koiki Media ṣàwárí bàbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńsọ àtúnpèrè rèé. Àwa la ń gbé tó lárugẹ ká dọ́gbọ́ o. Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn. Èkì tó ṣe bí lédè òsì, àdìmú bàbá yọ. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. Àtẹ̀tẹ̀ tó jẹ́ òòrùn kan jọjọ lára mi. Àpèrè dédé Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀gbọ́n àwa ní bàbá o. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá dé polówó ọjà yẹn wá. Òdúdú alágbèdá ní òtítọ́ lágbèdá ní. Àìsọdalẹ̀ àìsọdìgbèta. Àdúrótán àdúrópèrèdè. Koiki Media will bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media is around. Is around. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Koiki Media is around. Koiki Media.
ìwọ náà kọ́ Olódùmarè máa ní ọlá ṣe. Sunday ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó pọ̀ mí dandan ni. Bàbá gbọ́ o, ṣé ìlànà Olódùmarè ni wọ́n lò wọ́n máa dẹ́yà mẹ́wò. Dákun ló làwọn oníṣẹ́ bí ẹ̀tọ́ kálukú mọ̀ fi dùn wọ́n, orí kálukú ló fi bẹ́ẹ̀ kò tó dùn. Wọ́n máa gbọ́ o, gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀ tí wọ́n dúró yé. Ẹja owó pọ̀ kábíyèmí omi tó wá fi sẹ́ńtà lárugẹ níbi ní ẹ̀mí jù ọ́ ẹjọ́ òròdù lọ sí méjì kó ẹni tó wá fi kán ọ̀gá tó ṣe ẹni tó àwọn síndì ọmọ àdúgbò láti wá akọni tiwa akọni jagunjagun ọkùnrin tààrà lọ́kọ̀dọ̀ wọ́n máa dé yàgò wọ́n máa gbọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ sí pàṣẹ fún ọ ní ẹni tó bá ní kó òkú ní kékeré fún ọ̀fọ̀ wọn àwọn síra wọn wọ́n ní kàkọ́ máa ṣọ́ àrẹ̀ nígbà ìmọ̀jú ayé pẹ̀lú kólówó ọ̀hún bá kíkà ìdáwọ̀ ìyá máa gbẹ̀yìn agbẹ̀dẹ ìṣèpàtàlẹ̀ onígbòmò òdòkó tẹ̀ máa gbọ́ àwọn alábàárà rẹ̀ tó ti wà nínú ìgbà ìdájọ́ wọn lọ fọwọ́ tí ó gẹ́gẹ́ ni àwọn alábàárà jágbó tí wọ́n ní ká nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn mọ jọ tí ó gẹ́gẹ́ ni ọlọ́fin aṣọ́wọ́ ìdàkà ajẹ́gẹ́ tí ẹ̀lẹ̀ òfúfò torí òun náà lọ ọmọdé kò wọ́n sábà abọ́nilá torí mọ́sálù ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́ orí ní gbogbo lábálábá tí wọ́n ń dìbò lẹ̀ Sunday Amade ẹmọ Ìgbòho sà orí ni wọ́n ti mọ oṣù àkísà gbàgbá o ọkọ ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà tó wọ́n lóye akọ́dà ayé ọgbọ́n ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ẹ̀dá àkọwọ́tì yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó tọ́jú àpẹẹrẹ ẹ̀dá àkọ́tẹ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀ èmi tí wọ́n gbọ́ òfin kò lè gbọ́ àtẹ̀tẹ̀ kẹta akọ́dà ayé ọgbọ́n ẹ̀dá àkọ́kọ̀ tàbí ẹni tó wọ́n sábẹ́ sẹ́lá lárugẹ ẹ máa bá wọn ní ìfọ̀tẹ̀sẹ̀ fún mi igi kó sórí ipò wọ́n dìbẹ́ àwọn àgbàlagbà wọ́n ní tí orí bá tó tọrùn inú orí tẹ̀ ìwọ̀n tẹ̀tẹ̀ gan ni Sunday Amade Adéyẹmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pápá kò náà ní ọjọ́ burúkú tó lágbẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe fún ẹ̀ kò lè mú tẹ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe pé ìgbàlù rẹ̀ gbogbo ọba láti ọgbà rẹ̀ pọ̀ ìmọ̀lẹ̀ thank you.
ìran ọmọ Yorùbá ọlọ́pọ̀lọ́ ní pé ọmọwé ń bẹ àgbẹ̀ ń bẹ iṣẹ́ ọ̀nà ń bẹ kákó ni wọ́n ra. nílé káyé ní sí. Káṣàrọ̀ tuntun tó yọ kí lápò. Òwe ìdáwí. Òwe ìlọ. Òwe ìwí. Lọ́rọ̀ bàbá mi. Àkàlẹ̀ èdè kọ́.
Ọmọ Yorùbá ló ń lò.
Ibi gíga.
Ibi gíga gíga. Ibi gíga gíga. Ibi gíga.
Adéwálé lè fún wa.
Ibi gíga lọ́jọ́. Ọjọ́. Ibi gíga lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sù. Iwájú. Okay.
Ìran ọmọ Yorùbá ọlọ́pọlọ pípé. Ọ̀mọ̀wé ń bẹ, àgbẹ̀ ń bẹ, iṣẹ́ ọnà ń bẹ, kákó ní múra.
Ìwà ọmọ Yorùbá ni.
Kákó nílé káyé ní sí.
Ìwà ọmọ Yorùbá ni.
Káṣàrọ̀ tuntun tó yọ kí lápò.
Ọmọ Yorùbá ló ń sọ.
Òwe ìdáwí. Òwe ìlọ. Òwe ìwí.
That's my point.
Lọ́rọ̀ bàbá mi.
Òwe làbí wá.
Àkàlẹ̀ èdè kọ́.
Ọmọ Yorùbá ló ń lò.
Ibi gíga.
Ibi gíga gíga. Ibi gíga gíga. Ọmọ Yorùbá.
Adéwálé lè fún wa.
Ọjọ́. Ibi gíga lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sù. Ìgbàdì iwájú. Okay, níjọ́.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀jẹ̀ ọmọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilé tó kọ́ ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan wọn Adéyẹmọ. Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń dàmọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bo lórúkọ gbọ̀n. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú pé gbòdò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ìkọlà wúrà tó máa dán alàmọ́ kọjá dandan. Ọ̀wọ́n erin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè sùn wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àtìmọ̀ṣọ́ kan ká lè débi rí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ọ̀ṣà ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ Adapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ jòjòlè wo ló sànyà ìsànyà òrẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sí lọ ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ń ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sọ́ràn ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn lálà ìsín bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkọ̀ pọ̀pọ̀ sí amúkan yòókù bọ̀ sọ̀yà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹ́rù wálé wàràmùdé ọmọ onílẹ̀ ìlà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣẹṣẹ déédéé tọ́láwọn ní bomi kò sí wọn láwọn ní bomi sọ̀yà wẹ̀sẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fi ń gbọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kò sí wọ́n sì bomi sọ̀yà wẹ̀sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan pẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ti ránṣẹ́ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírèlè láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta òṣègbè fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ kí tọ́ ìdomi láéláé ìtọ́ nílé ìdomi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun mátìtì tó jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó. Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀jẹ̀ ọmọ.
Torí òsì tòmíràn ẹni bá dínú ọmọdé yẹ mọ́ láìṣẹ́ láìrò láìṣẹ́ láìrò wọ́n bínú o. Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ 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 yéè òǹtò rẹ̀ létí ẹ̀ bá ń jálé olúwadíyà mi ò ló ń perí ẹ máa jágun ọlẹ kò sí nǹkan kan yéè Fúlàní Fúlàní ó máa gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ yéè ìṣèjì òní ẹni bá bínú ọmọdé yẹnu láìṣẹ́ láìrò wọ́n bínú o láìṣẹ́ láìrò wọ́n bínú o. Jẹ́kọ́mọ̀ 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 létí ẹ̀ bá ń já ń lé olúwadíyà mi ò ló ń pè rí ẹ máa jagun ẹ lọ kò sí nǹkan kan.
Ìgbà tuntun dé.
Ọmọ Olúwa.
Àsìkò tuntun dé.
Ọmọ Olúwa.
Kò ṣẹlẹ̀ yàmẹ̀yàmẹ̀.
Ọ̀gá Fúlàní.
Kò ṣẹlẹ̀ yàmẹ̀yàmẹ̀.
Ọmọ Olúwa. Àsìkò ti tó. Àsìkò ti tó láti gbàrà wá lọ́wọ́ ìjọba Múrísì. Mo ń bọ̀.
Àsìkò ti dé.
Ọmọ Olúwa.
Àsìkò ti dé. Kò ṣẹlẹ̀ símẹ́sì mọ́. Àbẹ̀lẹ̀ yàmẹ̀yàmẹ̀. Ọmọ Odùduwà Republic. Asọ̀wásọ̀wọ́ àlàáfíà àdìpá lẹ́rọ̀. Àfẹ́lẹ́ àdẹ̀rẹ̀. Àfẹ́lẹ́ sílẹ̀ mọ́. Àwọn ìjọba wa. Ara wọn ni wọ́n jà fún. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé Republic láwùjọ. Oòduà Republic. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé láwùjọ. Ó lè sọ wá sọ́nà, ó lè sọ wá sọ́nà. Asọ̀wásọ̀làfíà àdìpá lẹ́rọ̀. Àní àsìkò ìdílé. Àsìkò ìdílé sẹ́. Àfẹ́lẹ́ yàmẹ̀yàmẹ̀. Àfẹ́lẹ́ yàmẹ̀yàmẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn gbogbo àgbàgbà Yorùbá látòrí Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, Comrade Victor Taiwo, Olóyè Sunday Igboho. Ẹ bá mi tọ́jú bàbá tètè ààrẹ Gani Adams àti gbogbo Yorùbá àti ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà lókè òkè látòrí Ìbàdàn Adépọ̀jù. Àní ìgbà tuntun dé. Ìgbà tuntun dé. Àbẹ̀lẹ̀ yàmẹ̀yàmẹ̀. Àbẹ̀lẹ̀ sílẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹ̀ńpẹ́ fóònù àdìgbò tó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀sọ́ òkè. Ẹni tó fẹ́ Odùduwà Republic. Ẹni tó fẹ́ Odùduwà Republic. Ó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀sọ́ òkè. Odùduwà ó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀sọ́ òkè. Ẹni tó bá Odùduwà ó Odùduwà Republic ó náwó ẹ̀ sókè ní èmi náà.
Apostoli was to yes. Pastor no one go heaven. Why you no one go heaven? Pastor no one go heaven again. Oh, Apostoli was to yes. Apostoli was to yes. Pastor no one go heaven. Why you no one go heaven? Pastor no one go heaven again. Oh. Ara mi lórí olórí olórí bàtà ó padà wọ́n mọ́ ìjà. Àmàlàdà mi yàgò rí o, dágbàládà mú lórí o. Pastor no one go ever, why no one go ever? Pastor no one go ever, Mama your eye was at Monday. Na pastor gaga, members donate, we are go come on pastor. And it's a pastor, God I'm no camera. Security where the God pastor, them no God we are go come. Members of the pastor, them no God we are go come. Only pastor and family.
Yeah. Why you no one go heaven? Pastor no one go heaven. Yeah. Apostolic must do yes. Apostolic must do yes. Why you no one go heaven? Why you no one go heaven? Pastor no one go heaven. Apostolic must do yes. Apostolic must do yes. Pastor no one go heaven. Why you no one go heaven? Pastor no one go heaven.
Remember watching picture, pastor, I'm not bored. Security, where the God pastor, there's no God who can cook. Everybody, come on in, pastor. What if pastor no die?
Pastor no only pastor. Yeah.
One of the time is to Babalawo. What if I went back to me, Babalawo? What if I come in the door?
Apostolic must do yes. Apostolic must do yes. I ain't gonna go to heaven. Pastor no one go heaven. Apostolic must do yes. Apostolic must do yes. Pastor no one go heaven. Why you no one go heaven? Pastor no one go heaven. Ọmọ oró ni pásítọ̀ tó gbọ́n. Ẹni tó máa wẹ̀ làgbẹ̀ ń gbá ń gbò ó wà fẹ́ káwọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ wá gbómi sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ara máa jù ú díẹ̀ díẹ̀. Why you no one go heaven? Pastor no one go heaven. Pastor no one die. Pastor no one die. Pastor no one go heaven. Ọmọ oró ni pásítọ̀ jàre. Ọmọ oró ni pásítọ̀. Ọmọ oró ni pásítọ̀. Ọmọ oró ni pásítọ̀. Pásítọ̀ mọ bó ṣe ń lọ. Pastor Ojelo, I can play the last one. Can show respect from brother wa to ṣaláìsí Mohbad. Oh yeah, go sókè. Yeah. Yeah.
Waiting be this one like
this.
Been through many things, many G's.
Many G's.
Until find my peace.
Ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ọlọ́run fọ́ọ̀mù kẹ́ wọ́n ti lọ́ntì ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Gbogbo ìtókù tó bá ń sọ story. Which kind person be? Yọ. Ẹ má bínú. Òkè ẹ̀ kí ẹ̀ wọlé. Ìgbà ti dàrú. Ẹ má bínú. Alright, let's do this. Ẹ̀ka gbé tẹ̀lé nílẹ̀. Ẹ padà wá.
Impediment to Yoruba development. Is the impediment to Oodua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba...
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction. And there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Oodua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan ṣẹ́yẹ́ ká padà sórí Mohbad yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ wà jam pack lẹ́ǹkan ni ó yá Mohbad kọ́lọ̀ fọ́nrún kẹ́ yá gbádùn ẹ̀ díẹ̀ even though pamọ́ pé YouTube máa restrict the music yẹn later but let's enjoy it. Yeah. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ ẹ rí pé orin yẹn ìmọ́lẹ̀ wà nínú Yorùbá nation anthem. Ìwọ ti lọ́ntì ẹ nìyẹn ní tó kù àwa máa jàjà yẹn tó kù wọ́n máa wọrí.
You like see me, I know they see. Like say I know they hear. Which kind person be this?
Which kind person?
Person be this one like this. Been through many things.
Many things.
I became with friends.
Survivor. Everybody the survivor for Nigeria.
Money chaser.
Money no deal. Dollar na 1,000.
Flying like the rocket. Bad man we never rest. Faster than the car.
Hey. Ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó yá gbóhùn sókè. Kẹ̀yìn só. Náírà ó ti wà parallel síra wọn báyìí. Ọlọ́run. Mo ń gbádùn ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ó ti wà parallel. Sọ̀fà.
They won't say your nigga. They want to turn your teacher. Before you are my oh my God. Because you will not get you. Oh my nigga, what's my nigga? She go there when I don't care about. What's my mama? What's my mama?
Gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ máa gbádùn wọ́n máa wọrí ìwọ́n tí ìrìn àjò tó ń lọ.
She go there before my soul.
Fi sílẹ̀ kó fa kiri náà ó fẹ́ fa kiri. Ẹ wá ta gbogbo ẹ̀ ó yá. Àwọn malian àwọn náà lọ ní ẹ̀pà. Ìmọ́lẹ̀ ó pọ̀. Ó wá. Gbogbo ẹ ti parallel o. 1-to-1 láwà báyìí Ọlọ́run láyé Buhari 1-to-1 láwà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Many things ní tí gbogbo èèyàn wá náà lélẹ̀ owó náírà survivor. Badman ṣe má wọrí àwa máa gbádùn ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ìwọ ti lọ sí ìdáhùn àgbàlagbà ti lọ. Ìbílẹ̀ irú àwọn ìdí tí mo pàdé ní carnival. Kébì náà wọ orúgbá sí ìtì ìmọ́lẹ̀ ń wọ̀. My nigga. Tó bá lọ ní rábà ní Nàìjíríà tó bá lọ lówó lọ́wọ́ ìyá jẹ ṣé kìí ṣe lára. Ẹ̀wọ̀n ọmọ bébè sùúrù lérè ládùúgbò mi. Ó yá sọmọ Ọlọ́run fọ́ọ̀nù pé wá ṣe lè máa rántí ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn. Tí YouTube bá dẹ̀ ti yọ ìyẹn ṣe problem àníkọ́ yọ àwa ti gbádùn báyìí láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ náà. Ó yá ẹ̀wọ̀n kẹjá bá lọ chọ́ọ̀chì náà bọ́yìí máa kọ́ fi orin àti ijó akọ́ fi pàdé yín bass. Ó dà pa mọ́ṣáláṣí náà tí ń ṣe the same thing. Happy Sunday and welcome once again to the live transmission. I'm going to speak more in English so that I can get the message properly. Anyway, it's going to be in English. Let's hope my system holds as much as possible. First and foremost, I'd like to appreciate my family for giving me the endurance to be able to do what we are doing. Because that means it will be very, very limited. Oníbàjẹ́ fún yín láti Lagos State lọ sí Ogun State títí dé Ọ̀yọ́ Ọ̀yọ́ Empire kábíyèsí Elédùmarè Ọ̀yọ́ Empire, the largest city in Africa. Àwa máa lọ sọ́nà Ọ̀ṣun State, at least èmi náà ti dé Ọ̀ṣun. Mo dé Ọ̀ṣun nígbà tá à ń gbé rálì káàkiri àti gbowó ọ̀ṣà. Mo dé Ọ̀ṣun. Wọ́n tún fẹ́ jí mi gbé lọ́ṣun. Wọ́n fi mí rẹ́rìn. Wọ́n ní Kóìkì ti sọnù nínú Ọ̀ṣun State. Àṣẹ gbogbo wọn ló ń jìyà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí nísìn. Mo rántí kan wọ́n ní Kóìkì ti sọnù. Nígbò wá ń béèrè pé níbo ni Kóìkì wà? Níbo ni coordinator mi wà? Níbo ni coordinator mi wà? Wọ́n ní mo ti sọnù nínú Ọ̀ṣun State. Àwọn màlè, àwọn bomb bastard. Èmi ò kúkú sí Nàìjíríà. Thousands of miles ni mo wà away from Nigeria. Kíyà tó jẹ mí ní bíbá á pẹ́ díẹ̀, á jẹ́ pé mo lazy gan nìyẹn. Kíyà tó jẹ mí, á jẹ́ pé mo lazy. Nígbà tí mo ti wá kí ẹ̀yin t'Ọ̀ṣun, gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ gangan, ẹ̀yin ọmọ dáńdá, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní oyè yìí, ní gbogbo àdúgbò sádùúgbò, wóró sí wóró, kì í ṣàlàyé fún yín pé àwọn 20 lọ jí gbé. Ẹ má yẹ kó jí yín gbé o, èyí tẹ́ wà lọ́ṣun, ẹ jẹ́ protect gbogbo campuses yìí, ẹ jẹ́ lọ di Adeleke tó ń jó káàkiri pẹ̀lú Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù tó ń lọ sékòó lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá. 20 students adopted in a new attack. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ gunmen, these are terrorists. Òkúkú ṣe Biafra ló lọ jí wọn gbé. Àwọn Biafra ti gbọ́n, àwọn yẹn ya kó ẹrù jáde, tó bá bí àyín dẹ̀ máa bọ̀ iwájú àwọn ọmọ wa ní bíbá, a máa jọ wọ tán ni. Simon Ekpa ní tó bá bí yín da ẹ̀yẹ máa bọ̀ iwájú àwọn ọmọ wa gbé. Ní Zamfara wọ́n jí wọn gbé ni 20 girls ló ti jí lọ. Nígbà tí wọ́n á kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní Ọ̀ṣun, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́pọlọ, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin yá wa, táwọn olórí burúkú politician tó ti fìyà jẹ yín, ẹ jẹ́ ká tún ṣàlàyé fún yín bó ṣe ń lọ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. ẹ bá ti ń kúrò ní church ẹ wá gbọ́ Koiki Media náà inú service kan náà lélẹ̀ àwọn náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ service mo á kúrò lọ́ṣùn at least mo dé Èkìtì mo rántí bàtà àjà ń travel wọ́n dára ní pé Èkìtì là ń kọjá ẹ̀ mo kí ẹ bàbá lẹ́kìtì mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ wà lẹ́kìtì wọ́n ti mọ̀wé jù professor sùn bẹ́ẹ̀ yamuyamu ni tẹ bá dé Èkìtì professor sùn níbẹ̀ yamuyamu ni ṣẹ́rí iná tó ń tàn nínú APR yẹn AP news tó bá ti gbọ́ nínú bíbà tó bá sọ pé AP pé news yẹn inú AP ló ti jáde confam ni ṣé wá rí pé ibì kan tan red nígbà tó bá ti red ní Nàìjíríà bó ṣe máa tan red náà nìyẹn ta ló rí lórí screen live nìyẹn Russia and Ukraine war ta ló rí ẹni tó bá rẹ sọ pé yes ẹ bá fi sínú comment section ẹ dẹ́n wò mí ẹ ṣáà rí kinní kan tó ń tan red kò tí tan red ní Nàìjíríà ni nítorí pé a ṣe wà ní the right direction ẹ ṣáà rí tó ń tan red ẹni tó bá rí kó bá nawọ́ sókè mo ṣì ń kí àwọn tó wà lé náà kí tó kẹ́yìn diaspora fẹ́ràn àwọn tó wà lé gangan ara data kó tó wò wá kó tó gbọ́ wa mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ìlú òun mo ní mo dé gbẹ̀yìn Èkìtì àbí tàbá wá kúrò lẹ́kìtì níbi tí àwọn ọ̀mọ̀wé ń bẹ níbẹ̀ nílùú Èkìtì àwọn ọlọ́pọlọ jẹ́ pé tó bá gbé ọpọlọ sílẹ̀ báyìí ó yẹ kó lè sọ pé ọ̀nà báyìí ní ká gbà báyìí ní ká jọ ṣe so kí la fẹ́ gbé yẹ̀wò láàárọ̀ yìí mo fẹ́ wo Wales independent kí ló ń ṣe gangan táwọ̀ ì tí ì ṣe kí làwọn Western Sahara ń ṣe táwọ̀ ì tí ì ṣe kí ni Scottish ń ṣe kí ni Catlonia ń ṣe ìlú mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin yẹn mo fẹ́ fi sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí àwọn èèyàn náà rí tó ń tan red ẹni tó bá rí tó ń tan red á jẹ́ pé ẹ̀mọ̀ gbogbo ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn àwa lójú ogun báyìí ní Ukraine àti Russia America sọ fún Zelensky pé iye tó bá need màá máa kọ́ ní check fún ẹ but tí Biden ò bá wọlé ní next year ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ogun yẹn máa reduce in tó bá mú Biden tó lose election yẹn ní next year November ló máa ṣe election America wọ́n ní kẹ́ support Koiki Media at least ẹ̀yin náà ṣáà ẹ máa dá tight lẹ́nìí ní church right yìí ni kẹ́ dá tight ẹ̀yin náà bá ẹ ṣe kí ni tá bá ti fi account number yẹn síta mo jẹ́rìí Ẹ̀yẹmí Fátókè gbọ́ mi dáadáa òun ti send it ẹ̀ ẹni tó wà Nàìjíríà gan tó fún mi náírà mo rí rú ẹ̀rí ọlọ́ba àdúró ti bàbá yẹn bó ṣe máa ń ju wá nìyẹn tí bá ní mo fẹ́ ra coffee London á fún mi ní náírà á ní Koiki ṣẹ́sí pounds mo kí àmì comfort ológun jà mo ṣì ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀yin diaspora mo ní mo dé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́tì mo á lọ sóńdò at least mo tẹ̀lé Ìbà Gani Adams lóògùn ọ̀fẹ́ o bàbá lágbàlagbà mo tẹ̀lé yín dé ìlú Àkókó ní Ondo State ìrìn àjò yẹn pẹ́ díẹ̀ ká tó débẹ̀ à ń rìn àwọn ọlọ́pàá bá dá a dúró lọ́nà ibà ò sínú mọ́tò bọ̀ convoy là bá lọ ọlọ́mọ àfọ̀rún kẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ti máa ń sọ pé Dàpọ̀ Williams kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ ní UK olówó tó ń fowó ṣàánú Dàpọ̀ Williams ikú ní agbára tó o bá mọ̀ Dàpọ̀ Williams kódà Buhari ránṣẹ́ pé kọ́ bá òun kí ẹni tó ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn bó ṣe máa ń wọ sútẹ̀ nìyẹn ẹni tèmi torí ẹ̀ dé Ondo State nìyẹn kọ́ lọ́ọ́ bá ń fọ̀rún kẹ́ ó ti lọ báyìí nísìn. President Muhammadu Buhari has condoned with Nigeria home and in diaspora over the sad loss of a prominent member of the Nigerian UK diaspora, Dàpọ̀ Williams. Tí Buhari kó tó dé London, a ti confam fún Dàpọ̀ pé òun ń bọ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Dàpọ̀ wá pè mí pé Koiki Media, Buhari máa dé o, bọ̀ má pariwo síta o, kọ́ má bàa mọ̀ pé mi mo sọ fún ẹ. Àwọn tó ń fún mi ní intelligence nígbà yẹn nìyẹn. Ikú lóró. Mo mọ tó ń lọ lásòrò kí wọ́n báyìí nísìn. Irú àgbọn àti máa fún Tinubu wà ní France ṣe kàrà tíkẹ̀ kí mú ẹkọ sáré lọ kó lọ kọ́ lọ́ọ́ bá ń fọnrún kẹ̀ tó o bá mẹ́tọ́ ń pè ní Dàpọ̀ Williams ní UK ó mọ èèyàn nìyẹn Dàpọ̀ Williams olówó tó ń fowó ṣàánú láwọn ilé òun ló gbé mi dé ikú ẹ̀dùn mi gan kábíyèsí Elédùmarè ikú lóró wàá máa kú náà ni tàbá ṣe sílẹ̀ náà tàbá ti lọ náà bá ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ wa náà ni kọ́lọ̀ wọn á jẹ́ káwa pẹ́ ká dàgbà ká dògbò òun ló gbé mi dé ìlú Ondo mo tẹ̀lé dé Àkókó ni èmi àti ẹjọ́ dé Àkókó ní Ondo State nígbà tó lọ fi joyè mo wà lára àwọn mídíà tó tẹ̀lé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi bàbá mi ṣe ní Ondo là ń lọ mo ló ti yá ẹ jẹ́ ká máa nìṣó lọ ẹ kájọ máa lọ ní tó gbé mi dé Ondo nìyẹn Wọ́n á like Ondo yẹn, environment yẹn, serene yẹn, gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ń tutù ni. Tó wá jí láàárọ̀ báyìí, màá jáde sí iwájú hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì yẹn báyìí. Even òpó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì yẹn kò lómi gbóná. Ìyà ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn ní Nàìjíríà Ọlọ́run. Kọ́tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn big people ń bọ̀, kọ́tẹ̀ bá wa tidy hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì yẹn. Làbá tún rí aáyán ló bá ń sáré kiri inú hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. Kí lè lè darí? Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Dàpọ̀ Williams ló gbé mi dé Ondo State. Àwọn ló jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ ọdún Ondo, so mo gbọ́dọ̀ máa kí wọn dáadáa, even though he's dead now. May his soul rest in peace. Nígbà tá a bá kúrò lóńdó, ìlú wo ló tún kù? Mo kàn gba Kogi kọjá ni. Mo kí àǹtí mi kan ní UK, bó ṣe náwó ló nára. Àwọn ọmọ okun ni. Àwọn sáìdì kò ń ṣe ìyá jágbajàgba tó náà ìyá kílẹ̀ máa ń pè náà. Ìyá kan tó wà ní Kogi tó ń ṣe mẹ́símẹ́sí pẹ̀lú àwọn 419 Dúpọ̀ ní Kèrè. Ẹni ṣòro bọ̀. Yeah. All right. So, bí jẹ́ ń sọ lọ, mo ṣe máa padà sórí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Dàpọ̀ Williams. Báwọn pé kámẹ́rà mi ó ti blur ní orí ó ti padà nísìn. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo gba Kogi State kọjá ni. Mo ò láǹfààní àti wọnú Kogi dáadáa. Mo kàn gbàbẹ̀ kọjá ni. Mo gbàbẹ̀ kọjá ni. Wàláì. Bọ̀ mo wá kẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń jẹ́ ọmọ Kogi State. Ó dùn mí pé mo ráyè dé Kwara. Bàbá mi gẹ́gẹ́, ó dùn wọn gan-an ní Kóìkì. Ó lè sọ pé ó máa yọjú sí mi. Mo ní bàbá ẹ má bínú jàre. Ṣífù máa mú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo ráyè yọjú sí wọn ní Ìlọrin. Àwọn èèyàn dáadáa. Mo dé Ọ̀fà náà. Lọ kí Ṣífù máa mú ilé Ọ̀fà. Mo dé Àbújá, at least mo láǹfààní àti dé Àbújá. Èmi náà mo bá Àbújá ṣe rí. Mo dẹ̀ ti dé Ogun State dáadáa. Mo ní happy Sunday fún gbogbo yín. Mo tún padà lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí fórí Dàpọ̀ Williams. Òun lẹ́ ń wò yẹn. Olówó tó ń fowó ṣàánú. Tó o bá mọ̀ ní UK òun èèyàn. Gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ. Bó ṣe ń ṣe síbí ló ń ṣe sọ́hùn. Bó ṣe máa ń fà kiri nìyẹn. Ó lè lọ sí event 5 in a day. Every Saturday ó máa ń busy pa ni. Gbogbo mọ́tò tó ń lò nílùú yìí customized plate number ni. Láwọn mọ́tò tó jẹ́ mọ́tò gẹ̀mgẹ̀mgẹ̀. Bọ̀ pẹ̀lú pé ó tún wá ń ṣe APC, mo sọ fún wọn pé àní APC yẹn ò gbádùn sẹ̀. Àní Kóìkì wọ́n ṣáà máa wòran tiẹ̀. But we can't go into all too much details. Kọ́ lọ́ máa fọ̀rún kẹ́yìn. Olówó tó ń fowó ṣàánú ni. Kò sí event náà ní UK, wọ́n máa ń fà ní. Number 1 APC òun lè rí ẹ̀bà mọ̀ ní UK is the number 1. Gbogbo àwọn tó kù ta ló mọ̀ àwọn yẹn? Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ wọ́n, gbogbo wọn ṣe ń lọ́bì nísìnyí. Àwọn number 1 APC gangan lè rí yẹn. Kọ́ lọ́ bá fọ̀rún kẹ́. Bọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ mo jẹ́ kó yé wọn bí tí stand mi wà. But we were still àbúrò mi ló máa ń pè mí, àná àbúrò mi. Bọ̀bọ̀ tó dúró sáàrin wọn yẹn, Kezo studio lẹ́rìn yẹn. Èmi àti ẹjọ́ wọ the first hostel ní Abẹ́òkúta ní Anti-Beams ní 1990. Bí ìgbà tẹ́ pé mọ́tò àwọn méjèèjì fi wọnú hostel yẹn, bá ṣe ń páàkì báyìí ni bàbá tiẹ̀ náà páàkì. Bàbá Kezo tẹ̀ ń rí yẹn lára àwọn pilot tó drive Nigerian Airways nìyẹn, Roche, ìlú tó ti bà ayé yín jẹ́. Ìwọ́ṣẹ́ wa ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa dà. Bàbá bọ̀bọ̀ tẹ́ rí tó dúró sáàrin wa yẹn, London mi wà ló wà nísìn. Pàdé mi gidi ni. Tí bá pè ní sinmi adé bíbà. Tí bá ní Kezo gbogbo tó bá ń ṣe fi sílẹ̀ máa bọ̀. Mo ní kọ̀kan. Ní graphics tó bá draw yín, tó bá ya àwòrán yín, ẹ máa bèrè pé ó gbóná orí ẹ̀yìn orúkú bó ṣe wà yẹn. Láǹtorí high school ló lọ, wọ́n jẹ́ kó wá Abẹ́òkúta grammar school. Lára tá à ń sọ náà nìyẹn, kéèyàn ní result kékeré kan kọ́ máa sọ pé cut off mark kò jẹ́ kó débì kan. Àwọn ọmọ Hausa ń fi 0 wọ yunifásitì ọ̀dẹ̀ ògbógọ̀. Ọwọ́ ní mi lecture ìwọ professor. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó ní cut off mark 150, wọ́n á ní kò lè wọ unilag. Àwọn wèrè tó wà ní north tó ní 30, wọ́n á fi wọ́n sí unilag. Mo rántí gbà tí command lọ kí n lọ command secondary school mọ̀ sí mi wá lọ bá àwọn commissioner nígbà yẹn níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn málà ni láwọn sí mi dán nígbà táwọn dé ọ́fíìsì wọn báyìí wọ́n ń jẹun lórí ìjókòó nílẹ̀ lẹ́nu alájà sit down wọ́n sì ní láwọn jókòó ní táwọn bá wá ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ àwọn ni o ọ̀rọ̀ jókòó kọ́ lélẹ̀ wàláì haúsá ló ní nàìjíríà ẹ̀yìn ọ̀dẹ̀ àwa tẹ̀rù pa haúsá ni wọ́n nígbà yẹn àṣẹ fúlàní ni ó ní gbogbo tó bá wà yẹn gbogbo problem yẹn ti dissolve ẹ jókòó kẹ́ kọ́kọ́ jẹun náà ẹ jẹun whatever you come here to do is sorted out àwa tó bá lọ sọ́fíìsì yorùbá àwọn wèrè mo rántí bàtà lọ sábẹ́kúta tá a gbé mission kan lọ síbẹ̀ true foundation kan fẹ́ dárúkọ foundation ètò mo realize pé gbogbo ọ̀gá ìmá ni wọ́n dẹ̀ 419 ni gbogbo wọn kì má blast ẹ̀ lórí social media láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ criminal ni gbogbo wọn. ní málà yẹn ní gbogbo tẹ bá wá ti wà sorted out ẹ jókòó járe kẹ́ jẹun wà lọ sọ́fíìsì ilẹ̀ yorùbá ní aláwùsá wà á tún máa sọ english ṣe ibi yorùbá ni yín ibi yorùbá ni yín náà ìwọ ṣe wọn sọ pé nàìjíríà máa wà organized níbo ló ti fẹ́ gbé wà organized Nigeria is dead and dead and dead mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ 1990 command ló yẹ kí n lọ kó tó di pé mo end up sábẹ́kúta grammar school dọ́là èmi àti pàdé mi a ṣì wà báyìí kò dẹ̀ síjà láàrin wa kò dẹ̀ sáṣìírí kankan láàrin àwa méjèèjì kọ́lọ́n bá ń fọ́n kẹ́dàpọ̀ Williams dáadáa gbogbo àṣìṣe kò sí bíyàn ṣe lè wà láyé tí kò ní kọ́lọ́fì kan kọ́lọ́ bá ń parẹ́ but I let him know my stand ẹ fi pé tí bá fẹ́ jẹ́ mẹ́mbà APC èmi ò nídìí mẹ́mbà connector mi gangan lélẹ̀ tí bá yẹ pé mo fẹ́ máa wọnú Aso Rock as far back as 2015 but we didn't need that kò sọ fún wọn pé ètí Buhari wá sọ ní London kan ló ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ wọn ní kò sí kan ó kódà ó ṣèwé fún Buhari buramatics àbí kinní kan buranomics àbí kinní kan wọn lọ́njẹ̀ ní Aso Rock ní high commission lọ́ba wọn cover ọlọ́ba fún wọn kẹ́. Now let's come back to the full program of the day àti lo 15 minutes already. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀tẹ̀ wọn Nàìjíríà tí wọn náà bá lọ sí service parí pọ́ máa kọ́kọ́ aṣọ oríṣiríṣi ọ̀tọ̀ wọnú ètò. Mọ̀lẹ́mi ni last man standing lórí Yorùbá Nation. Níbo ni ká kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀? Ṣé ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn tó jí gbé? This is AP news. So mo lo news in Nigeria láti fi ka article yìí. Aago 10 ló lù ní London. So this program should not be more than 3 hours. Lágbára Ọlọ́run. Because mo ní other things láti ṣe lẹ́ni Sunday. So yẹn mo ṣe fẹ́ tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀. So that ká lè kí gbogbo wa lè lọ ṣe nǹkan míì. Ẹ support platform wa. Mo ní kẹ́ bá wa máa lọ sí backup channel wa. Kúkú lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àmọ́ reason why. Bí gẹ́tẹ̀ ni bí a kò yé yín ni. I don't know. But we are trying to say ẹ bá wa lọ síbẹ̀ kẹ́ follow ẹ̀. A ní backup channel méjì. Ẹ lọ síbẹ̀ kẹ́ bá wa tẹ̀lé ibẹ̀ lẹ ti máa rí authentic kò ń ṣe pé ká máa pè ní Kóìkì ẹ̀ṣọ́ wọn náà ti release Ìgbòho nígbà tèmi dẹ̀ ti fi mẹ́sẹ̀gì síta mo ti ní kẹ́yẹ́ máa lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn bọ́lẹ̀ kájà they are bọ́lẹ̀ kájà gbogbo ẹnu mo lè fi sọ anytime any day mo lè post around it sí bí bàbá yín da Kóìkì ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ journalist ni mí mo ń ṣe vblog mo ń ṣe blogger mo dẹ̀ ń ṣe àwọn bàbá sùwé mo ń ṣe àwọn tó ń ṣe comedy mo ń ṣe skit tí bá fẹ́ ṣe skit ní London mo mọ content máa ṣe tí mo ní director sẹ́dọ̀ yìí Nàìjíríà àwọn òyìnbó ní máa director sí tó máa wo program tó máa sanwó gidi fún mi journalist ni mí mo ń ṣe all these àwọn tó ń cut video náà at least nínú Nigerian community tá wà ní UK at least for now mo ti lè sọ pé mo ti rẹ́ni kankan tó wọ Downing Street gbó lọ report ni mo ń sọ kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n lọ ní invitation gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ sọ pé rọmọ pa kó fún wa ní proof tiẹ̀ náà so member journalist kìíní ni mí ní UK kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe ní láṣẹ ṣe media bàbá jókòó takọ̀ jókòó sínú ilé wa tẹ̀rẹ̀ pàápàá ń sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá fẹ́ ṣe ìkọ̀kan ní Downing Street nísìnyí máa rí notification tí prime minister bá máa gbàlejò nísìnyí wọ́n ní àwọn email tá máa receive tí kọ̀ọ̀kan crime bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní London ọlọ́pàá mọ ọmọ ẹ̀sìn tó máa send sí wa tá bá jókòó síbí báyìí tá wá ń fi ẹ̀kọ́ tá fi ń kọ́ra wa mo yàtọ̀ sáwọn tó kàn wá tan YouTube àti Facebook àti TikTok oríṣiríṣi tẹ̀ lọ ń ṣe lórí ìgbèbí kan tẹ̀ wá yẹn máa ń bá àwọn èèyàn sùn lórí TikTok á ní wá ṣe kinní kan lórí TikTok yẹn oríṣiríṣi ara lè ń dá níbẹ̀ á ní ká wá bá wọn sùn á ní wá dó kinní kan àwọn sọgbà àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá yẹn tó láyé yín ẹ má bá sí ìwà ìkẹyà máa sọ fún mi pé mo mọ tí mo sọ má gbé yín lọ travayé lálẹ́ yìí àbí lọ́sàn-án ilé rẹ̀ Yorùbá Wuyi ló máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ má bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo jẹ́ tí Yorùbá Wuyi pé mo ṣe mr àdúgbò wo lẹ gbé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Azeez kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ ó wà lórí ètò sí lórí ètò Dóyin Ọlọ́run àbá ń dúró tiẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ńláńlá gbogbo àwa tá a dúró lórí Yorùbá nation ẹ já dúró kò ń ṣàwà nìkan la ṣe ń fipá fẹ́ independent tí kò báyìí tí bọ́ sí kò tí bọ́ sí nìyẹn kò mí pé we are not trying we are still on the right track we are on the right track ẹ jẹ́ kí n kàn fún yín láwọn headline àwọn olòṣì ẹ má ṣe rally ẹ má ṣe protest this is 14 hours ago àwọn ará Wales jáde wọ́n ń ṣe rally wọ́n ń ṣe protest wọ́n lélẹ̀ one bastard èyí olòṣì ẹ̀wọ̀n tó dá kankan mọ̀ rally wo lẹ́ ń ṣe òun lẹ́fẹ́ fi gba Yorùbá nation Wales ò tí kúrò nínú UK wọ́n dẹ̀ ti wà pẹ̀lú UK as far back as only God knows how long àwọn ará Wales bẹ́tà ju ìwọ Nigerians tó ń gba àmì Nigerian ará Wales òun lélẹ̀ BBC ní kò ń ṣe Punch newspaper 14 hours ago independent of Wales thousands attend march in Bangor tabaníka jáde wọn ni wọ́n fẹ́ fi raise owó ni no ebi ń pa wá ẹ mọ̀ pé yà ń jà wá ìbọn bastard ṣé ẹ rí flag lọ́wọ́ wọn àwọn diaspora dáwó àfi ṣe flag ṣé ẹ rí flag Nàìjíríà ta ló gbé initiative ẹ̀ jáde ṣáwọn àwọn Wales kọ́ lélẹ̀ ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ 14 hours ago 100 people joined the march in Falkirk for the Scottish independence ṣé àwọn ilé tó ń jáde nísìn no àwọn ò ní brain wọn ò mọ̀ pé yẹ káwọn máa jáde káwọn máa sọ fún gbogbo àgbáyé pé a fẹ́ kúrò pẹ̀lú a fẹ́ union àwa àti UK mọ́ àwa nísìn àṣì kankan a kò ń jáde lórí social media adẹ̀nà fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation ẹ̀dẹ̀ náà fẹ́ jà ẹ̀dẹ̀ náà fanaki so èwo kankan lẹ wá fẹ́ níbẹ̀ tí mọ̀ ń tẹ fẹ́ rárá born bastard ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nigerians tẹ́ ẹ̀ sì sọ pé ẹ̀mí Nigerian àwọn ará Scottish tó bẹ́tà jayé tiẹ̀ lọ in many ways wọ́n wá sórí social media pé mo sick ẹ wá dáwó fún wa lórí social media wọ́n yọ intestine èèyàn wọ́n yọ kidney èèyàn lọ́spítù ọmọ tó yọ intestine ó ti kú nísìn kọ́ lọ́n bá wa fọ́n nú kẹ́ woman kan ní Port Harcourt wọ́n yọ kidney àìmọye ẹ̀yìn tó ti yọ kidney yìí dànù ẹ̀ kàn ń lọ back and forth dead people all over the place one bastard ìnáwó àjókòó sí bíbá ènìyàn rí gbogbo eléyìí ènìyàn wa máa ń sọ fún yín pé a ṣì need láti wà lójú títì ká máa pe ẹ̀tọ́ wa hàn ìjọba pé a fẹ́ lọ a kì í ṣe jàgídí a kì í ṣe terrorist a kì í ṣe jàgídíjàgan we must come out and continue to push the independence of the Yoruba people ká jókòó sínú cocoon ká kàn máa pariwo ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣẹ́ríta ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa mo fi bí ṣe fi sí àwọn other countries náà nìyẹn lórí Google nígbà tí mo fi Yorùbá nation independent nìkan tó gbé jáde lélẹ́yìn nìkan àwọn olòṣì tó kọ́ átíkù lánàá àwọn tí kò ẹni kú síbi táṣọ yín wọ̀nyí bàbá lórí burúkú yẹn born bastard gbogbo yín ṣẹ́rí pé kò mú ẹni kíní kankan jáde fọ́ndọ̀ tiwa àfi tí bá ṣe fi rally sí nísìn ẹ̀kọ́ rí pé àwọn previous rally nìkan tá ti ṣe nìkan ló máa gbé jáde the last rally tá ṣe was nígbà tí àwọn olórí burúkú ọlọ́pàá Lagos State tó yìnbọn fáwọn ọmọ wa that was the last rally tá ṣe so far was the 9th of January this year whereas àwọn ará Scottish ṣe rally lánàá 14 hours ago ará Wales ṣe rally àwa jókòó àná àfẹ́ kínní kan àwọn wo ló wà lábẹ́ UNPO òfin pé Yorùbá nation nìkan ló fẹ́ gba independence there are so many countries around the world that also want the same thing lẹ́yìn náà fẹ́ tí wọ́n dẹ̀ tí rí gbà East Timor lélẹ́yìí they were a former member of the UNPO wọ́n ti dìlú nísìn wọ́n di ìlú as the third country tí máa ń dárúkọ láwọn countries tó ti gbàdú wọn East Timor EASTTIMOR ọmọ East Timor ó lè ra ticket kó máa bọ̀ ní London láàárọ̀ ìwọ lórí burúkú wàṣẹ lọ apply fún visa wọ́n tún ní fún ẹ ní visa láti 4th of October visa fee lọ sókè by £15 ẹ jẹ́ mo yóò yà tó bá yá gbogbo a máa bọ́ sójú títì àbẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn olórí burúkú politician tó di gbogbo amọ́lẹ̀ East Timor 30 years ni wọ́n fi jà wọ́n jókòó pé 30 years lọ́ fi bá Indonesian government jà you think báwa nìkan la fẹ́ lọ ni let me give you the current members and boy as we have it here àwọn members tó wà lábẹ́ UNPO kí ló mo gbọ́ tí ìjìnlẹ̀ bomb bastard yẹn illiterate ọ̀tẹ̀nìkà yẹn máa sọ pé illiterate kan tó bá gbọ́ èdè mí náà kò ń ṣe illiterate but ignorant ó ní yẹn wọ́n lọ gbé wọn sí UNPO ṣé ẹ lè compare the presentation UNPO pẹ̀lú ẹni tán ló lọ sí United Nations on their behalf must be send the video yẹn sí mo ní kí ni gbogbo eléyìí bí ìgbà tèmi náà lọ sí conference ni now I can attend the UNPO conference àbí United Nations as a delegate kò mean anything but mo ti rí pé ọpọlọ àwọn tó wà nínú àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé wọn yẹn ọpọlọ yín ti yòrò ó dà ń kó rúrú tó fi ń dín pọpọ́ọ̀fù tipẹ́tipẹ́ yẹn lẹ́sìn ń jẹ one bastard ẹ fi pé Yorùbá nation àbí Yorùbá people àbí Odùduwà republic ẹ fi pé àwa nìkan la fẹ́ kúrò nínú country kan ni Abazia àwọn náà fẹ́ lọ Acha àwọn náà fẹ́ lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀ máa wọ àwọn òbí yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan díẹ̀díẹ̀ kákọ̀ wo statistics wọn as of 2011 Abazian censor wọ́n ní 240,000 ni wọ́n wà between Russia èdè tó ń sọ ní Russia àwọn náà fẹ́ lọ this was 2015 àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ tí ní feelings fà fẹ́ lọ register sábẹ́ UNPO àwọn ilé ti register as far back as February 16 2015 wọ́n ti gba country wọn èyí wọ́n sọ pé torí pé bàbá Akíntóyè kò tí ì ṣiṣẹ́ tó ó yẹ ká ti declare ẹ̀yin olóṣì declaration náà lọ pé ẹ̀ tó lórí burúkú dúpọ̀ ní tìrìṣì tó ní kú síbi táṣọ ẹ̀wà bomb bastard leader bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ kò lè jáde ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́ aṣọ bí àbí tó ti ń gbà sí fún nísàlẹ̀ tó kọ̀ lè gbóhùn sókè dáadáa ó bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. wọ́n pẹ̀lú kan náà dá Archie àwọn èèyàn register ní 2018 gbogbo population wọn is 9 million àwọn náà fẹ́ dá dúró wọn náà fẹ́ wà lábẹ́ ìlú tó wà mọ́. The Archie Sumatra National Liberation Front has been a member of the UNPO since 1991. Archie was an internationally recognized and independent sovereign state for hundreds of years. They have been an independent sovereign state for hundreds of years before the arrival of the European Union to the Southeast Asia. For many centuries after, in its history, after first against Portugal, then the British Inoni, and the Dutch. In the 18th century, 19th century, ni wọ́n lọ́ọ̀kì Nàìjíríà síbi tó wà nísìnyí táwọn kan tẹ́ fẹ́ kó fún Nàìjíríà. Ẹ kó fún Nàìjíríà okú tó ẹ̀ tó bá kú okú tó ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹni tó jẹ́yàn gbòógì gan tó kú nísìnyí kílẹ̀ tí ì rí ṣe sí i kọ́lọ̀ fọ́run kẹ̀. Nígbà tí Fẹlá kú kílẹ̀ ṣe sí. Ìbáwọn ọmọ Fẹlá ló kàn gbádùn ayé ẹ̀. Àwọn fámìlì Mohbad gbádùn òkú ti lọ. Tẹ́ bá rí justice fún fine tẹ́ bá rí fún fámìlì àmà gbádùn owó àṣewọlé fún wọn. But ìwà jẹ́ ṣégbènúyà. Ní 18th century and today against the Indonesian government of Jakarta, Aceh, ACHEA, has continued its struggle against the colonial and the alien rule with varying degrees of success. In December 1976, the Free Aceh movement was founded, just like Yoruba nation kò ṣe pé wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní 2019. Àwọn kan ti gbé dání bẹ́ẹ̀ for a very long time. So tá a bá ń sọ fún yín pé we must be patient. We must continue to understand that we are not the only individuals or indigenous people that are asking for the right to self-determination. One country like that is called Aceh. Let's go to the next country. There's another country called Afrikaners. The Afrikaner constitute nearly 3 million out of approximately 49 million inhabitants of the Republic of South Africa. They want to have their own independent country. Many, as 500,000, are in the diaspora. Under the UNPO representation Freedom Front Plus, Afrikaners are represented at the UNPO by the Freedom Front Plus. They were admitted in 2008 as a member, but till today, they don't have a country yet. Let's go to the next one. They are called Awawiz, Hawazi. Their population is between 5 to 7 million. Their area is about 89,000 kilometers. Their language is Arabic. The Awazi Arabs are one of the largest minority groups living in Iran. Àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ ní lọ kíákíá because Iran is another bomb bastard country. Ọlọ́mọ ayé kì í ṣeré lọ síbẹ̀. Ọlọ́mọ ayé kì í plane tí máa wọ̀ gan tó gba Iran kọjá. I don't trust that country at all. The Awaziwa Arabs are one of the largest minority groups living in Iran and predominantly settled in the Alawazi province. Alawazi, also known as Arabistan or Khuzestan, is situated in the southwestern part of Iran. It borders the Basra province, Iraq in the west, the Gulf, the Sahara waterway, and the mountains of Lustran and Kazakhstan in the north and the east respectively. Again, they have been fighting for self-determination, but they haven't got a country yet. Let's go to the next one. Assyria. The population of the Assyrian population is about 3.3 million. The majority is Christian, Orthodox, and Catholic. The Assyrian are represented in the UNPO by Assyrian Universal Alliance, AUA. They were admitted to the UNPO as far back as on the 6th of August 1991. They have not got their country yet. Let's go to the next one. Balochistan. Balochistan is a population of 12.34 million, according to the census in 2007. Their language is Balochi, Urdu, Pachisto, Bariu. Their religion is Sikhism, Hinduism, Parism, and Islam. They are also ethnic groups. They have been a member of the BMP, which is the one representing them under the UNPO, was established in 1996. Again, they are still fighting. Let's go to the next one. Barosland is another country that wants to come out with a population of 900,000. They are somewhere, they have about 38 different ethnic groups. Their religion is Christian and traditional belief. UNPO representation, Balosto National Freedom, registered as a member of the UNPO on the 23rd of November 2013. So when people are saying that Professor Banji Akintoye hasn't done well, based on the limited time and the little resources that is within us, I think we should respect him and give him a kudos. So I've actually given you the background of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 countries that are asking for the right to self-determination. We are not the only one. Let's now pick on the Catlonia. The Catlonia population is about 7.5 million. Their capital city is Barcelona. They are also represented and they have been a member of the UNPO as far back as the 14th of December 2018. And today, I have this update. Catalonia can't quit Madrid, but the separatist parties are hope upcoming elections will revitalize the independence movement. Alatafulo, Spain, halfway up a lamppost on a residential street, flutters a tattered gold and red striped estelada, the flag that has long been a prominent statement of the identity in Spain's northeastern region of Catalonia. Now, though for the local retired Mayor Francisco, the estelada faded colors are served only as a reminder of a declining fortunes of the Catalan independent movement. It is like this, she said, before mimicking a deflating balloon. We are not the only one asking for right to independence. So these are where we are going. The last country we're going to talk about, I've talked about the Scottish people, the Welsh, Catalonia, and I've given you a brief of some of the countries under the UNPO. Now, the last country is called Western Sahara. Western Sahara is now being recognized by Israel, according to Al Jazeera, which was July 17, 2023. Morocco claims the sovereignty over territory, but other countries have now backed the separatist movement. Israel has now officially recognized Moroccan sovereignty over the disputed territory of Western Sahara. The Moroccan government and a statement from the Israel Prime Minister office said, Rabat said on Monday that Israel is considering opening a consulate in Dakar. A statement from the Morocco Royal Palace said Israel's position was expressed in a letter to King Mohammed V from the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Morocco has had the control of the territory, but little international recognition since 1975. Emma with date and time. 1975, a place called Western Sahara have been trying their best to get the hell out of Morocco. Just the same way we are doing as well. So nobody should say that we have not done enough when it comes to the campaign, to the struggle for the Yoruba people to be free. Now, let's come back again to the AP news. And let's start with the 20 student that was adopted in Zamfara. the northern part of Nigeria that has become the den of the terrorists in Nigeria today. At least 20 students adopted in a new attack by gunmen targeting schools in the northern Nigeria. This was updated on the September 22, 2023. Let's read further. Maiduguri, Nigeria. Why do I need to go to Maiduguri? I don't need Maiduguri. I just want to stay within the southwest. I don't have any business in the north. So when some of you say we should keep Nigeria, what business do you have in Maiduguri? Are you going to go there and set up a business? Transaction? Do you want to go and work with the government there? Because I don't think it's the right place for you to go. Maiduguri is a terrorist ground state, just like most of the northern part of Nigeria. More alert program, but I check the details in my point, but more alert program is all right, later, bye. Once again, as we continue, gunmen have now adopted at least 20 students in the northwestern Nigeria during an attack by the Fulani terrorists. They might tell you they are gunmen. There's nothing like gunmen. These are full-blown Fulani terrorists that will now rape those girls. And I think we should have a video of them. Well, I mean, the dormitory, rather, anyway. There will never be security kidnap. North Nigeria. Let's see. I think we should have the video. And I posted the video on my IG. I know some of you are now fed up of all these videos, but that is the current situation of Nigeria. I think it happened in Zamfara State. Zamfara, I think so, yeah. These were the other terrorists that were having a meeting last weekend, Saturday. Can you imagine terrorists holding prayer and meeting with Nigerian military? But Nigerian military can only use their power to go to the southeast. These are terrorists, though. All these guys on the motorbikes, these are full-blown terrorists. And you can see the Nigerian military there. You can see them. You don't need a sound. So when some of you do not understand the agenda of Nigeria, you'll be wondering, is this the kind of people that we want to live with? Is this the kind of people that... So you think that you can change the mindset of all these bastards? This was the primary school somewhere in Castina. You can see them. These are terrorists. And from the conversation that was being read, the voiceover phone call, the person was telling Aontowa and the other side that, the Fulani will be coming through, become an attack one. I'm trying to look for the actual video. You can see Senator Shehu Sani, the former senator, the fresh kidnap of a female university student in Zamfara State, Northwest Nigeria, is another tragedy that befalls our country. It is not our country, okay? The country is not going to be yours because there's no way you want to live and work and survive when terrorists is operating. The same terrorists will release, they will leave their guns, they will change their clothes, they will come to Lagos, they will live close to you, they will probably rape you, they will kill you, and they will even destroy the economy much faster. So if you still want to keep Nigeria, well, remember, yeah, this is the video I'm looking for. This is the dormitory. There's two videos there. Only inonilai waninoliradium. Inonilai waninoliradium. Inonilai waninoliradium. Fresh kidnapping of Zamfara State. No, let me take that. Fresh kidnapping of female university student in Zamfara. I am asking every Yoruba watching me today that wants to keep Nigeria, can you go and study at the university in Zamfara today? With the kind of news that I'm telling you today now. Especially you that saw Nigeria in abroad, saying that we should keep Nigeria. Can you take your children to go and study at the same university where people have been kidnapped? Those that were kidnapped are also human beings. We must remember that. They are also human beings. But the question is, where is the Nigerian security? Let's watch the video. And this is not last year, okay? This just happened last week.
Are you
Okay, Lola, my brother. Did you see that? The question is, let's go to the next video. This is the next video. And this is meant to be a dormitory to secure Nigerians. Not that Nigeria doesn't have the money to give the military the right equipment, to upgrade the facilities, to keep children safe. One thing is, I hope Nigeria does not happen to you. So now let's go back to the AP news. We've seen the video. Now let's go back to the AP news. And anytime they tell you they are 20, just trust me, multiply that by 3. But we stick with 20 from the news under the AP. This took place in Maduguri. I don't know why they say, Maduguri known as Zamfarani. I thought it's 2 different places. I don't know why they're using Maduguri here, but let's just keep it like that. The students were taken hostage when the gunmen, there's nothing called gunmen, these are full-blown terrorists, broke into their accommodation near the Federal University Gazwa Ehe in Zamfara State, Bungudus District. Zamfara police spokesperson Yazid Abubakar has confirmed that. Abubakar couldn't confirm. This is what I said. Abubakar, police coming, whatever the police spokesman, cannot confirm the exact number of the adopted students. So when they're telling you it's 20, just multiply it by 3. And that is about 60. But the report figures are 24, quoting other students who also said that the kidnapped victims were mostly female students. And you can imagine, last week, because Mori Mayor. She took on the weekend last week. Yeah, I'm aware of those that were killed. I'm only cultism now one year. So that was last week now. Last week near. I mean definitely only last night. Are you sure about this? 150 people were killed last night. 15 dead. Ṣé ní Ṣàgámù nìyẹn? Bọ̀dẹ̀ kí ló ń sọ sí bíbá? Ní Ṣàgámù. Ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀kẹ́ para yín tán níbẹ̀. Ló ṣe. Ó ga ọ́. So what that means pé ẹni tó ṣe tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé they came back. Àwọn ọmọ àwọn tó para wọn ní last week yẹn. So retaliation ló wá ṣe yẹn. The same gangs. All right, let me focus, on the conversation here. Thanks so much for the update. So I'm just hearing that more people were killed again in Ṣàgámù. Well, if it's not cultists, then what could it be? They will put everything on the cultists. Ṣé Fúlàní náà ló wọlé wá pa wọ́n ní àbí báwo? I don't know. Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ṣáà ti ní kán máa drive a motorcycle láti aago 6 títí di aago 8 àbí kìíní kan. I think there's meant to be a curfew. Police said in Ṣàgámù, 1 out of 3 youth are in cultists. Adoption of the students from schools in northern Nigeria are common and have become a source of concern since 2014. Kó tó di pé Buhari dé, nígbà tí ó yẹ pé wọ́n push agenda yẹn lórí Jonathan. Now, the question I'm asking is, can the current President Bola Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, do you think that it can change the narrative of this kidnapping? That is the first question. Do you think that Bola Tinubu, your current president, he has been giving you a lot of assurance, like the video? Do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the Federal Republic of Nigeria can put a stop with his new security architect, the military, the Ribadu, the NSA, the DSS, rather than running after innocent Nigerians? Not that if Nigerians are committing crime, they shouldn't run after them, but their focus should be how to stop the problem of the insecurity. We are waiting. We are watching. So when some of you are saying that, Tinubu is going to change things, this is exactly what we have been saying. The agenda of the kidnap went slowly down just before the election. I'm sure most of you know that there was no kidnapping as it was rampant. And do you know that the American has already warned their citizens not to travel to Nigeria? US have now advised their citizens from traveling to Nigeria. I didn't say so. This is actually coming from the US state government. Almost finished there, almost there. And this is the latest update just 4 days ago. Travel advice. So if you're a Nigerian in America and you're traveling, this is what your government said I should tell you. Travel.state.gov, US Department of State, the Bureau of Consular Affairs, is a travel advisory. They have what it takes. They have the technology. They have everything. They have everything that they will be able to see more than what I am telling you. If these countries are telling you, be careful when you say you're traveling to Nigeria. And if you're traveling to Nigeria, do not go different places. The Nigeria you know yesterday is not the Nigerian today. That country has changed rapidly. So the Nigeria that you left, even yesterday, is not the same Nigeria. There are so many fraudsters. There are criminal Yorubas. There are criminal Igbos. There are criminal Hausa. There are criminal Ishekiri. There are criminal 351 different ethnic groups. The country is boiling. They will kill you. A young boy or a young man rather, not a boy. I was told came back from Dubai, set up a business somewhere in the southeast. He's been killed. Don't joke with some of what we are telling you guys. Don't joke. I understand some of you love the current administration. That is your right to love the politicians. But when we are advising you, I can't advise you not to travel to Nigeria. That is your problem, not mine. But take every precaution, especially as most of you are preparing for Christmas. Don't go and be doing blah, 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 blah. A young man was killed last year. We saw it, the blood and the vehicle. I think he was returning back to US or wherever he was coming from. I know a lot of the diaspora, the Igbos, they'll be going to their country, to their state rather. I know Mafiloshi Buga, just like the Yoruba people. Nigeria is not the kind of country that you left. I'm not saying you should not travel, but be very, very security conscious. That's all I can advise you. Nigeria is still existing until it will finally break and we can then protect every one of us. How long it's going to take before it breaks, I don't know. It could be years, it could be months. But I've been telling you that other countries are fighting the same cause and they've not got their country yet. Doesn't mean that we are not trying. So let's read the report again from the US State Department. And when the US is talking, the you that are not from the United States, that doesn't have a US residency, you might just want to pick, this advice as well. Like I say, traveling to Nigeria is your own prerogative, not mine. But take every precaution. Don't trust your friends. Don't trust your family. We've seen what is happening with Mohbad. Don't trust anybody when you go to Nigeria. If it's possible, if you can move around as swiftly as possible, change your hotel. If they know that you arrive at this hotel, don't tell anybody you're checking out. Check out and go to another hotel. And when they say they're coming there, tell them you have moved hotel. It is your own problem. If you die, I will be here to report your news. Now, let's go back again. Nigeria has been put on level 3. That means reconsider the travel. A lot of Nigerians will be traveling for Christmas. America is advising whether you should reconsider that travel. If it's not urgent, you don't have to. If it's urgent, everybody has a reason why they're going on. If you're building a project, if it's not worth going to say it yourself, find independent people. Use other people. Don't use the same set of people to go and verify the business or whatever you're doing. A lot of people are building houses, they're doing different things. Find somebody else to go and do it for you. Don't risk your life. It's only one life. Mohbad was not 30 years old. I have told you that the World WHO have said that Nigerians will not get up to 52. One of that is Mohbad. It's as simple as that. Whatever the circumstances of his death, Mohbad was not even up to the age expected by those of you in Nigeria to die. And he's not the first person to die. Tolulope Arotile was the first military helicopter combat pilot. He was not even the same age with Mohbad. He died. The circumstances of her death, to date, you will never find the result. So when you say you are looking for justice, maybe you might think again. There will never be justice. It's as simple as that. But like Otito Kuro, they can never give justice for Mohbad death. It's as simple as that. So, update. With return to full operational status, removal of the absolute COVID-19. Again, the America is telling you, take this advice from Koiki Media. Whether you like me or not is not my problem. Nobody can kidnap me here. It might take a while. And if I get kidnapped, the British government is aware because they will have allowed such to happen. Everywhere we are, even those of us living here, we take precaution. You must take precaution. Bolanle, Oyeleke, Bamishe, these are innocent Nigerians that have died. Multiple people have died in the northern part of Nigeria. We don't know their names. Deborah was killed. I'm sure some of you remember her. What are the reasons why the American is telling you to reconsider that travel to Nigeria due to crime? Everybody needs money now. So they don't care. They will trace you from the airport. I saw a video where a woman was the one giving information to criminals when the people remove money from their bank. They don't remove the money or they don't collect money or follow them. Now let's share it well. And eventually, luck ran against her. And crime is not just one person. Crime is for Yoruba people. They are criminals, Yorubas. They are criminals, Igbos. They are criminals, Hausas. Nigerians are good people, but there are so many of you that are born bastard criminals. And you are doing more crime because the country, where's my money? Where's my specimen? This money, everybody's looking for it. And people will do anything. They will kill their neighbor. They will, we've had different stories anyway, so it's not new. This money is what everybody's looking for. This fraudulent fraudster devalue Naira. You'll be looking for it every day. Ma bi mi ìbéèrè. Bí a mo sọ fún ẹ pé mo ń bọ̀ nílé, mo ti fẹ́ ọmọ nílé. This fraudulent fraudster money is going to be the money that everybody is looking for. The country is not providing the job, is not providing the enabling environment. The lies in Nigeria is too much. They are telling lies every day. So, reconsider the travel to Nigeria due to crime, terrorism. There's a thing, civil unrest. I want us to take note of that word. There can be civil unrest anytime in Nigeria. Does not literally have to link to the self-determination. People are very, very bitter. People are upset. People will be kidnapping themselves. I saw a video where a woman kidnapped the husband because the husband was not providing, money and probably sleeping with her. There are too many armed gangs, not just in Igbo land. Don't pin anything to the Igbos. There are criminals armed gang in Yoruba land. Cultism. There's so much weapons in Nigeria today. Militaries are selling their weapons. They are selling weapons to people to go and use it to commit crimes and return it back. Maybe some of you don't even know what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is not that country that is safe. Don't let all your politicians tell you it's safe. America tell you it is not safe. Once again, let's continue. Some areas have increased risk. Places like Borno, don't ever go to Borno State. Yobe, Kogi State is even classified as a place that is not safe. Northern Adamawa State, due to terrorism and kidnapping, don't think of going to Bauchi. Never think of going to Gombe. Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, we saw the video of criminals, terrorists having meetings with the Nigerian security. They are all the same. Don't think of going to Sokoto State. Stressed away from Zamfara State due to kidnapping. Abia State, don't go there. Anambra State, don't think of going there. Bayelsa, Delta, Enugu, Imo, River State, with the exemption of Port Harcourt, all this is due to crime, kidnapping, and armed gangs. The country summary. This is the summary of Nigeria. Seun Okinbaloye will not tell you this. Bola Otitoju will not tell you this. All those young, beautiful women on the TVC morning show will not tell you this. Journalist hangers will not tell you this. It will for Mujemujeni in Nigeria. But youths are playing with fire. Violent crimes such as armed robbery. When they say armed robbery, that means they are having weapons. They will kill you, they don't care. They will take your car. They will take your wallet. They will take your jacket. There's also called carjacking. Don't trust anybody in the military uniform when you're driving. If it's possible, drive away If it's possible, they come close to you. Don't stop. If you stop, you will be killed. I remember a young man and that was working in Abuja, traveled to Osun State with the family to go and have a wedding. They're on their way back, military stopped them. That man was killed on the spot. The mother survived it and the son. If you think I'm joking, well, America is telling you, don't joke with what Kweki is telling you. America is not paying me for this, but I am just the media advising you. Go to Nigeria, it's not your problem. It's not my problem. That is your own problem. Let's continue. You think it's a joke. Christmas, they wait for you now. They don't see every one of you on social media. The way they do for abroad. Go back home and don't think that somebody will not kidnap you. Somebody is just waiting for you. You are a target. Everybody is a target. Go there, enjoy yourself, low life, do whatever you want to do, and leave as quickly as possible. Kidnapping for ransom occur frequently, just like we've seen here. Do you know that those people kidnapped from the NYSC kidnapped? Do you know that they've not, I don't know whether they've not released them, but the latest as of last week, they've not been released. Okay, 2 days ago, they are still making effort. We are making effort to rescue kidnapped corps members, according to the NYSC Director General. Why continue this program if it's not working? Why sending Nigerians to a place that is not safe? But Nigerians themselves think that by becoming, having this 1 year NYSC, you will become somebody in Nigeria. You are joking. You will become self-employed. You would have to run all the services yourself because the services is not available from the government. So again, this is the Guardian, 22nd of September 2023. Headline, we are making effort to rescue the kidnapped corps members. This is coming from the Director General. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Yusuf Ahmed, says efforts are still ongoing to secure the release of 5 prospective corps members. Is lying. There are more than 5. There are about 10 with the driver. Another lie from the government. The same Zamfara state that we saw kidnapped. So the question is, why not push all the military to Zamfara and curb the terrorism, and it will reduce those coming down to the other side of Nigeria? No, because that is part of the engagement. That is something that that are aware. They know that whatever it takes, it is all an agenda. Somebody told us about this agenda. I need to go and prepare my first tea. It's just about coming up at 11 o'clock. So let's listen to this, because this man is saying that somebody with almighty what?
The weight of Nigeria. The weight of Nigeria is not the weight that any normal, ordinary human being can carry, except with the help of Almighty Allah. It is evident, therefore, that the Almighty Allah is with our president. He is carrying the weight for him. The weight of Nigeria. The weight of Nigeria is not the weight that any normal, ordinary human being can carry, except with the help of Almighty Allah. It is evident, therefore, that the Almighty Allah is with our president. He is carrying the weight for him.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think that...
So you would think that even though Malafia died, some few, years back, but the problem is still existing. Should we remain Nigerians? Should we continue to tell ourselves lies? Again, the focus is more about comparison or comparing our movement with others. We are not the only one asking for right to self-determination. Let's listen to Senator Bernard Sanders that spoke to Sky News some few weeks back.
There is one constitutional issue in the UK that I'm really interested genuinely to know what your opinion is on it, and that's Scottish independence. Look, it might be something that you haven't given much thought to, but over here it's such a live debate because, of course, we're looking for a new leader of the Scottish National Party. And one of the arguments is that, look, Scotland tends to tack more left politically. They've obviously had a Conservative government in Westminster for over a decade. What's your instinct on it? What's your gut say?
Look, I'm not an expert on UK politics. I very much appreciate what the people of Scotland have done, what they're fighting for. And my, initial thought, not being an expert, they want to go their own way, they should be allowed to.
So you think they should at least have the opportunity to
that would seem to me. Don't tell anybody I said that.
Don't worry, that's just between us.
Okay.
Don't worry, it won't go anywhere.
So the question is, when you want to keep Nigeria, you must also fathom that the killings, and we can never be one. We will never, never be one. We have told you this continuously, but you love to live in denial. You are still living in the cocoon. You are expecting that the politicians will do the needful, knowing fully well that the same politicians will still come back and tell you this. I'm just trying to get my tea ready so that before I come back on my seat. Let's listen to the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. We've listened to it before, but it's just like some reminder. Then after this Wahala of the terrorists, then I'll go straight and start talking about the Wales, the Scottish, the Catalonian, and the Western Sahara. What do we know about them? What can we learn about them? We are just 1 hour, 36 minutes into the program. Today is the 24th of September, 2023. For record purpose, the time is 10:45 a.m. from England, London precisely. There's difference between London and Birmingham. There's difference between Birmingham and Manchester. And there's difference between England and Scotland. There's difference between Scotland and Wales. Even though they call them United Kingdom, they are using the same passport, but they run different policy. But the majority operate from Westminster. The Scottish say, no, we are tired of that. We don't want to be part of this anymore. Also, the Welsh people are saying the same thing. I think I should first play the Scottish people as they are saying the same thing that we are saying. Self-determination is an inalienable right. That right to be respected to the Biafrans, that right to be respected to us. How we live is a question mark, but we must continue to engage. We must continue diplomacy. We must continue everything. And if all that failed, prepare for anarchy and whatever is going to come up so that we can stop being part of Nigeria. It's a fact, and everybody knows that.
Other countries were refused at first. We have to remember, and this is a really important point, that self-determination is an inalienable international right and a law as well. And other countries will recognise Scotland's democratic choice expressed at the ballot box they will recognise that, because that is the route that many other countries have taken in order to become independent. And just to make that point, that international law is very pragmatic on that point, so we should have confidence in that.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country. This is thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at
every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
So again, are you not dying one by one? I mean, we're talking about 10 innocent Nigerians. According to the DG, Ahmed made this known at an interactive section with the House of Representatives on the youth development on Thursday in Abuja. The NYSC should be shut down completely. There's too much insecurity in Nigeria. The government cannot protect Nigerians against such corrupt activities anymore. Let every state operate on their own. He explained that out of the 8 prospective corps members adopted in August 2023 on their way to the orientation camp in Sokoto, the same Sokoto that America is telling their citizens not to travel to, because we picked up Sokoto there. Can you see that? America said don't go to Sokoto, but it's the same Sokoto that Nigeria is sending people from Abia, from Ondo, from Ogun to go and do what? In Sokoto, a place that is not safe. And why? Because of kidnapping. So you can see why, all these are more reasons why that shit old zoological country called Nigeria is not meant for us. So I'm going to close that. Please, can you read this a little bit? So now we've been able to go through both the kidnapping and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to move away from there because I just want to remind you, and we just want to put it on record so that future generation that will watch this kind of videos, they will not just say we're asking for Yoruba nation because of anything. We are not asking for Yoruba nation because of this just attack. We want to take back our water resources. We want to take back our identity. We want to go back to what it used to be before the fraudulent 1914 amalgamation that joined us together. So let's close this now and let's close that. Now, let's quickly go into Wales. What is Wales? When we talk about the Wales, so let's just look at Wales. Why are they asking for independence? What is wrong? Why is it that they don't want to be part of the same union called the United Kingdom? Let's see and read more about them. Welsh independence. They have their own language. It's a political movement advocating for something. Everybody for the Yoruba nation struggle is advocating for something, just like the Welsh people. Once again, thank you so much to my beautiful mother. Yoruba nation. The Welsh independence is the political movement advocating for the Wales to become a sovereign state. What is the meaning of a sovereign state? Sovereign state is a state that has the highest authority over a territory. The Yoruba people do not have a sovereign state. You do not have any say because everything is operated right from the federal. Bola Tinubu will complete his tenure. He's going to leave it and give it back to the next person, and they will still take over and control your territory. Whatever agenda policy that Bola Tinubu put in place, just as he is also changing the policy and agenda of the former fraudulent Muhammadu Buhari, the next president will do the same thing. There will no longer be a Yoruba custom. There will not be it will go on record that we have them, but that is going to change. It is only maximum for 8 years. He has the first 4 years. He will have to campaign again at 2027. That is if he is able. Just don't make it too loud. So when we talk about a sovereign state, that is what the Yoruba people are asking for. We are not looking for a restructure. We don't need restructure anymore. We don't need a regional government. All that has now failed. We must now take back everything and we can become neighbors to, just as Wales will become neighbors in the future. How soon Wales will get their independence, I don't know. But what we can confirm is they're out there every day making their case to be heard. And if I go back one step again, just as we are making our case to be heard, young people in Wales are ready for independence, but idiot Yoruba people, young ones, are keeping Nigeria. But the same people want to watch Wales football game. No be juju be that. How can you be saying that you love Wales because you love maybe their game, you want to go there, you want to study there? But the same young people in Wales are saying that they are not interested to be part of what is called United Kingdom. They want to take back their country. But you don't want to take back your country because the fraudulent Nigeria is telling you to keep Nigeria. Your fraudulent religious centers are telling you to keep Nigeria. The Welsh people also have religion, but they are young people, according to this article. Young people in Wales are ready for independence, while in Nigeria today, Yoruba people, the young ones, are not ready. Eshe Oshibiran Ashewo is a matter of time. Iyaje gbogbo yin as much as possible. After over a decade, which is decade means 10 years, of the Tory rule and austerity, the same way that Buhari ran Nigeria for 8 years, many of you died. Economy destroyed. Today, dollar is 1 to 1. And when I mean 1 to 1, is 1,000 naira to $1, even with the 50 naira off. It is today 1,200 to a pound. So if you think that economy is going to change under Bola Tinubu, you must be joking. You better start buckling up. So when people are saying that Yoruba people are not doing well when it comes to our campaign, it's all lies. The Wales independence hasn't become reality, but they are enjoying better life. They have their own policy, which is always different. Mostly even Wales and England works hand in hand. But when it comes to Scotland, it's almost different policy. Tibafilo Kawini University of Tibafilo Kawini, Scotland. As somebody coming from England and not born in that region, the Scottish people have better opportunity when it comes to certain things against those that are born here that are English. But yet, not that they don't have electricity, they have opportunity. They can travel around the world with a very, very good British passport. Your Nigerian passport is as useless that it cannot take you to South Africa. So when you are saying you don't want independence of the Yoruba people, what's that? Wait. Almost. Yeah, no, 1 hour. Not 1 minute, 1 hour. So when the young people in Nigeria are saying that you want to keep Nigeria, the question is, who are you actually trying to keep Nigeria for? Kodami. Who are you keeping Nigeria for? And why? The Wales people, the young ones, says they are ready for independence, while our own are running up and down, killing themselves, destroying themselves, when the real criminals are out there sucking you dry. Let's read this article. Signs for the Welsh independence. Signs, army. Signs. Sign means army in Yoruba word. Signs of the Welsh independent movement can be found all over the Wales and increasingly on the public property across England. What does that mean? They are creating the awareness by putting some messages out there. But we are not doing the same thing right now. That is why Yoruba people on the ground are not familiarizing themselves with the option of leaving Nigeria, because the only thing that they are seeing is an APC office with some stickers. They are seeing just the PDP, especially in Oyo State, where a PDP controls. They are not seeing the message of the Yoruba Nation campaign as much as they should be seeing it. And they cannot see it from the point of those of us that are sitting down on the social media. It has to be fully on the ground where the message, even if you say you don't want to have a rally, we must continue to spread the message through leaflet, giving people, face card. I'm sure people will take it, even if they cannot put it on, because of the fear of some of the Agberu that will attack there, but they will keep it. We should produce millions of filler that distribute everyone. If we have 5 million of these today, I'm sure this will send a message. TYSDM, take charge. If we do t-shirt like I'm putting on, people will take it. That will become a message. Every day in this country, there's one leaflet will be given to you, especially those of you that travel through Liverpool Street. Almost every day, somebody must give you a leaflet. What is the purpose of that leaflet? It has a message inside. But when we are saying that we don't want to get our message out there, the question is, how do you then want to get Yoruba Nation? So, again, there is now signs of the Welsh independence. Why do they want independence? Are they not enjoying this union? It's because they want to keep something. One that caught the public attention recently was the spattering of the Yes Serum sticker, pro-independent graffiti, and some eggs. Let's see if we can see the image. And you can see it there. I guess this is what they're saying. Can you see that? They actually put everywhere. By now, put sticker everywhere. Put the paint of Yoruba Nation everywhere. But no, we don't want to do that, because we are waiting for those in diaspora to come down and do that. These are the Welsh people. You can see the message. This is in their town center. So, wow, what's this? Wow. Then they'll go and check more. They'll go and find out. Cardiff Coronation Post Box vandalized again. If people in UK, in Wales, are vandalizing it, this is meant to be a civilized society. Nigeria is not civilized yet. It is dagburu there. And I'm sure we can do as much of these stickers. The Royal Mail Post Box in the Cardiff city centre was one of the 4 decorated ahead of the king's crowning, because they do not believe that the king should be their own king. They want to have their own independence. A post box in Wales was decorated in celebration of king's coronation, as once again be vandalized. wọ́n decorate and wọ́n vandalize. The Royal Mail post box outside the Kodwan so apology to my pronunciation, especially if somebody is watching from Wales. How you they pronounce this like this now? In Cardiff was covered with a pro-Republican sticker and graffiti and eggs on Saturday morning. Welsh independent sticker, including from campaign group Yes, Simru, and graffiti reading Simru were on the box on Saturday morning. This was before the king's coronation. So when we are saying that we don't want to be out there to be known, are we terrorists? We are not terrorists. We are not doing anything against the government. We are asking for the right. The notion of independence has been bubbling rapidly in the recent years, especially among the young people. But the Yoruba young people today are committing crimes, killing themselves with courtesy, doing yahoo yahoo, looking for fraud money from somebody that has worked hard in abroad. I received all your messages on email. Click on this link. You click on it, your money is gone. So, diaspora, very, very careful. Fishy email address will come in. In time about to register for, why do you want to click on it? I mean, imagine somebody sending me to open a bank, open your statement. The bank that I don't have. Why do I need to open it? They will click here. They will hijack and take over your system. These young Yoruba people are very, very intelligent, but there are criminals among them. Not all of them. One money pa how to penetrate. If not, how did Hush Puppy was able to do as much of the crime he did? The Yorubas are good in that, while the Igbos are good in other areas. While the Hausa, are good to see. But that could have been used and channeled into another energy if Nigeria was truly for you. But Nigeria was never for you. Most of you don't know that. It is only in Yoruba land they can move your money. And how can they say that money was, especially all those POS, is all fraudsters? You can go to a POS and you tell the person, I want to withdraw, give me 10,000 POS machine. Give me 10,000. Then you give you give him your own account, because that's the way I believe it operates. Then any allowed to send the wallet in no account it here, sort of here. Do you know that you can receive that money as a POS operator? Trust me, that money will never be there. I don't know how they do all these things, but these are maximum energy that can be channeled into another area. But they don't want you to do that. They want you to remain fraudsters. But the real criminals are your politicians that are making a hell out of money. But you don't want to accept it because you love your oppressor. Your oppressor are the ones oppressing you. But you come here with your idiotic messages on the social media and be putting it there. Bagudu stole so much money that he negotiated with Nigeria. Can you imagine? Bagudu, the current Bagudu is the current Minister for Budget and Planning under this present administration. He stole so much money. Bagudu stole so much money. Or negotiate with the Nigerian government. So when we are telling you that the people outside, I was going to see if they have a video to watch along with this. Okay, let's watch this. I do not want the copyright. These are the Welsh people speaking out. Young people ways to get better opportunity. Do you know that the Welsh passport? Let's go and look at the Welsh passport. Wales. Let's go and look at their passport. It's the same thing with the UK. You will realize that they can travel anywhere. Sometimes they misbehave. They have a good passport. They have a better life. But they are saying that they don't want to be part of this great union anymore. You not get better life. Your life is been sucked. They've taken the best out of you. You have become a criminal. You are becoming into drugs. You are becoming into prostitution. Education. You are well read, but there's no job. And you think Bola Tinubu will provide 50 million jobs for Agbado people with the wait. We are waiting. Ojo Okwemi. Buhari came and is gone. Jonathan came, is gone. Yes? Not yet. Yeah, I know it's a long program. I'm almost finished. 1 hour. 1 hour left. Okay? Love you. So, when those of you are saying that, I don't want Yoruba nation. Who's going to be our leader? Bomb bastards. You are asking who's going to be our leader. When you should be thinking about your future. I am already in my 40s. Yes, I don't have enough, but I am comfortable, at least in the little house that I'm living. I have access to the little I can have. I refuse to drive because it's so expensive to drive in this country. You must have a reason why you want to drive. I use the public transport because the services is there. If I want to go out in the night, I can go out without being worried that one person will come and kidnap me. I can send any of my family and say, go and study at the University of Wales. I will not be worried that they will be kidnapped. Things happen here as well. Shit happen all over the world. But we are talking about the future. Your future is no longer in Nigeria. Your future is dead. Bola Tinubu cannot bring back the future of Nigeria. Nigeria is like a Titanic that is sunk. Let's listen to this young girl. They are worried about their future. Our worried about future. Malian or
Yeah, I'll do it.
Let me increase the volume a little bit from here. It's not what I'm looking for. I need where some of them are talking. All right, let's go back and look for another video. Okay, this is a campaign I believe took place yesterday, like we were saying. Campaign video is loading. Let's wait. Let's listen. Can you see the crowd? This was a rally yesterday. A rally. I don't understand what we mean that rally. Let me pay rally. So what in Mawada Dabi? Okay. Ini ma what in Mawagon ni gbogbo àgbáyé pé kíni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí advert yẹn lọ. Ẹ mọ̀ pé gbọ́dọ̀ polówó advert yẹn and all this nonsense. Ọba dẹ́ jẹ́ ká dábàá jẹ́ ká advert yẹn lọ kò ní lọ nísìn. Ẹ ká jẹ́ ká advert yẹn lọ. That's the iPhone 15. How many people don't buy iPhone 15? Dábàá rẹ̀ ní ra fún mi nínú àgbà o. Did you see that? Did you see the campaign? This was yesterday. And we will read that. This is exactly what Igboho was pushing before they stopped us. So, let me mute it. So, how are they going to do all this? Báwo ló ṣe máa ṣe gbogbo eléyìí tí kò ní jáde nínú news? Can you see the flags? Can you see the outfit? Can you see the crowd? Can you see it? Can you see different journalists? Can you see different media outlets there? Can you see young children? But àwa tí a jẹ́ diaspora tí ẹ̀ ń gbé abroad, ẹ̀yin feel more comfortable when àwọn tó jẹ́ ará Wales wọ́n ti ń complain báwọn fi dá dúró. Oh, ẹ̀yin ti wà ní UK, ẹ ti wà ní Canada, ẹ̀yin bẹ́tà jọ àwọn tó wà nílọ, àwọn ọmọ yín ṣoríire. Sẹ́yìn ò kíá. Ìbẹ́ẹ̀ ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà àfi kẹ́ lọ ṣọlidé. I pity a lot of us. Can you see the people are out there campaigning in the rain, in the sun? This was yesterday, like I was telling you. Once again, this is Koiki Media bringing the world closer to your doorstep. As we continue, let's look again. Wales independent. How worried should UK minister be? Let's watch this video. Again, this is coming from February 2021. That means for the last 2 years, they have been campaigning, but yet they have not been able to finalize how they are going to go. They don't want to fight. They're not going to bring out guns in this country, but they will push for everything. In the past few years, debate has raged about whether the United Kingdom faces a future without Scotland. Whether the United Kingdom faces a future without Scotland. Not only Scotland anymore, even the Wales are saying the same thing. According to the polls, I've suggested for months that the support for the Scottish independence has been higher than for Scotland staying in the UK. That means that the Scottish people are no longer interested in the union that brought them together as far back as 17th century. In Wales, independence is still a minority view. But a campaign aimed at making it a reality has gained the momentum. What are we going to do as Yoruba people asking for independence so that those that are still saying we want Nigeria, we can make it a reality? That was the move until Olori Buruku Duponitiri don't know to country for. And almost everybody now think that they have a Yoruba nation as a country. And they say they're going to United Nations. And they do this, they do that. And people believe all that nonsense in 21st century. Mad people all over the place. Now, a former advisor to David Cameron on devolution says there is no room for complacency about the support for the union in Wales. Lord Dunlop was also commissioned by Theresa May, which was our former prime minister, in July 2019, to produce a government review into strengthening the union. Nigeria had a confab in 2014. That confab was thrown away. And when I expect we should just be sitting back and do nothing. Why have they not reviewed the confab of 2014? That confab would have made some changes. And you want the Igbos to remain in a country where you want to marginalize them. It is not going to happen. The worst case is the country will go into another civil war. It's as simple as that. Whether you like it or not. Nobody likes war, but if you refuse to allow a peaceful negotiation, the country will be turned upside down. Bomb bastards. So if the Welsh people are asking for independence, who the hell are you to come and tell us independence is not for Yoruba people?
Almost a quarter of a century after Wales voted.
I do not own the copyright.
Almost a quarter of a century.
These are messages. This is coming from the ITV News. ITV News have never talked about the Yoruba Nation campaign because our message is not still out there in the public domain. It is still within among ourselves. By the time Tioba did gas, boss or M1, ITV will send their representative and be asking what is going on. The United Nations will sit down and then ask for Security Council to start talking. And now that the world is still divided, Russia will not put every support to the West. And there's no way they can remove Russia from the United Nations Security Council. Russia has been doing a lot of veto behind the scene on so many things. The British don't like it, the Americans don't like it, but they have no choice. Even though the America is spending more money on United Nations, but they cannot do anything with Russia because Russia is still a permanent security member. So if anything happened in Nigeria today, the world will be so divided. It's been a long time I've shown you my map. The world today will be so divided. If anything goes past in Nigeria today, do you think that countries will not support us? There will be countries that can support us, just like they will support Biafra. And that is why the Biafra have now moved a little bit ahead of the game. They know that diplomacy, from their point of view, is not going to happen, but they are still pushing the agenda of diplomacy. You do not say you don't need diplomacy. You will push for diplomacy until diplomacy doesn't work, then they will go into a war. It's as simple as that. Whatever fails on the table will become a war, and then everybody will come back on the table. But why must we go to that stage before we dissolve this union? You don't want to dissolve the union, but you want to keep the same constitution that is a fraud. Everybody knows that constitution is a fraud. All your lawyers know that. Falana knows that. Robert Clark knows that. They've been talking about it. But yet, you are going to be the one to be marginalized. The rich people in Nigeria are not going to be used, especially the young ones. 60% are youth in Nigeria. 60% of your life will be diminished on a daily basis. If you like, go to pastor, go and do juju. At the end of the day, it didn't work. Some of you think that all these our gods are stupid. You want to use human beings to make money. You must be joking. Abroad. You set up a business and you move that business and the business grows. And before you know, you become a millionaire when the government policy is working. Let's listen to Wales independence. Is the United Kingdom at the break of breakup? It will break up. I don't know when, how soon, I don't know. It could be 30 years from now, 10 years from now. But as the Welsh people are standing up for their right, it's the same thing that we are doing. We are not criminals. We are people asking for the right to self-determination, and that right will be respected by the present administration. If you like, listen. If you don't like listen, at some point, Nigerians will all wake up. It's either you go through revolution. Revolution will change everything. It will stop everything. We will reset it again. If your phone goes dead, sometimes they will tell you reset it. That is why there's a reset button. Nigeria needs to be reset. If it doesn't reset, you are just doing tampering on it, and it will never work. My name is Olamiko Ike. Let's continue.
Almost a quarter of a century after Wales voted by the slimmest of margins for devolution, the country is now showing more interest than ever before in independence.
The country is now showing more interest in the independent. Why are they asking for independence if they are having a better life? You can see them. At least they are putting on, jacket because I've been there before. At Loramoto Niberison, almost 10, 13 years ago. Àwa bí mẹ́wàá olórí ẹbí àwọn boys nígbà tí nǹkan ṣe dá mọ́tò chief pa níbẹ̀ yẹn bá ṣe gbéra lọ nìyẹn àwa gbé mọ́tò kọ̀ọ̀kan àwa sá eré burúkú mo tẹ̀ rántí mọ́tò tèmi drive yáyàyàyàyàyà ó lè dánwó ẹ̀wò mọ́ ní UK nísìnyí ìgbà yẹn ọ̀bọ̀ kan ló fẹ́ ra àwọn mọ́tò yẹn kan náà àwọn friends wa àwọn ará Wales. They have a better life. But when I want to say union, this union is not working. You are inú dọ̀tí. Ẹ wà nínú ralẹ̀. Ẹ fẹ́ keep Nigeria. Tálẹ̀ yìí ẹ fẹ́ keep Nigeria. Tálẹ̀ yìí keep Nigeria fún. One bastard. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ níbí bẹ̀rẹ̀ máa sọ pé kíni. Àwọn ará Wales nílé ìṣòro bọ́ ṣe ń dán. Tó bá fẹ́ lọ anywhere in the world. Wọ́n ní the visa. Kọ́kọ́ ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ni wọ́n lọ. Wọ́n ṣe fàájì ju kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. Àwọn boys, àwọn girls wò. Ẹ lọ sáì visa, èmi ò dé bẹ̀rẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá rí wọn náà Ibiza, ẹ lọ sí Cyprus, àwọn lọ́kùn bẹ̀ jù, ẹ lọ sí Turkey, tẹ́ bá lọ lórí flight pẹ̀lú trip tó lọ sí Turkey, àwọn òyìnbó ló pọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. It's an Islamic country, but they go there because they can have a better life. Wọ́n máa fa ṣíṣì, wọ́n máa ṣe fàájì, wọ́n á gbé obìnrin wá raṣọ. Kò sí designer tí wọ́n kì í ṣe ní Turkey. Their country allow them to duplicate anything. You think all this your celebrity that you see carry Louis Vuitton, it's fake from Turkey, ẹ̀yin ọ̀dẹ̀. Gbà tó tẹ̀ travel rí báwo ló ṣe fi mọ bó ṣe rí jókòó sínú kòkún ẹ̀ àwa ta tẹ̀ ti travel ta ti mọ bó ṣe ń lọ wọ́n máa wọ àwọn ìbò yẹn báyìí pé how old are you? I'm 23. Where are you traveling to? I'm going to Istanbul. How many days? 10 days. Ó kọ̀ gba 10 days ó kọ̀ sáré fi lọ ṣe fàájì kó dẹ̀ padà wá á tún padà sẹ́nu iṣẹ́ gbogbo ló ti ní mortgage wọ́n wá náwọn ṣe UK mọ́ àwọn ó ti sọ àwọn ìwọ ò níṣẹ́ ó bímọ ò rọmọ tọ́jú ìyà ń jẹ ebi ń pa ẹ́. We want to keep Nigeria. I don't understand. I still need to understand why you want to keep. Why do you want to keep Nigeria? Why? Tell me. Oh, because you love Nigeria. Really? You think Nigeria love you? We did here.
It's a remarkable shift in public opinion. Today, First Minister Mark Drakeford acknowledged the status quo wasn't working. We looked at.
Did you hear that? The status quo is not working. Is the status quo working in Nigeria? Everybody knows. One woman about you. Àwọn tá bá ń gbọ́ àwọn èèyàn kò ń ṣẹ̀yìn ọlọ́pọlọ là ń bá wí o àwọn òmùgọ̀ torí wọ́n ti dàrú. So sometimes when I'm reacting like this, don't think I am reacting to those of you on the platform watching me. I am reacting to those idiots. You come on Twitter. You think when you come on Twitter and then come and abuse me, what does that mean? It means nothing to me. You come on the social media, it means nothing to me. Your life will be as valueless as anything. Tí ni mo mú yìí. Mo ti jẹun láàárọ̀ tí milk wà níbẹ̀. Mo fi honest níwọ̀n bá kékeré, right? Tó bá dẹ̀ yá, màá jẹ breakfast at the lunch. Torí pé mo jẹun sùn lánàá, ebi ò pa mí. Spaghetti ni mo jẹ sùn lánàá pẹ̀lú ẹran méjì. Mo tún lọ bù sí nígbà tí mo yó. Àwọn ọmọ kékeré wà nulẹ̀, dáàdì mo yó. Òyò báwo? Òyò báwo? Wọ́n sọ fún yín pé the status quo ní Nàìjíríà kò work. You think Dino is going to tell you that we should break up Nigeria? Dino ní property ní Turkey now. Ẹ mọ̀ bí tí gbogbo ní property sí. Ó invest dáadáa náà because mo ti ka history rẹ̀. I mean a little bit of his background. Ó dà pé ó ní franchise gan pẹ̀lú McDonald's. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀dẹ̀. They have so much money. They just need to be in that power. Ẹ wo bàbá Adeleke nísìn. Ẹ rò pé ó máa tún Ọ̀ṣun state fún yín. Ẹ máa jó. Ẹ máa yọ̀. Gbogbo àjọ wà nílùú èdè. Èmi, I'm not coming to Nigeria anytime soon. But tó bá ti dé stage pé yes, mo rí pé lóòótọ́ a ti wà ní that 72 hours ló máa take me láti dé Nigeria.
We're in favour of is the way things are now.
This is the first minister of Wales. Nítorí àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn politicians ní láti máa ṣe nílé. These are the same politicians in Wales. Wọ́n sọ pé the status quo yóò work. Is the status still working? How can the northern part of Nigeria tell us they are more than us in the Senate and House of Representatives? Nobody should do that. How can they say they are more than us? And then it doesn't work like that. Mélòó gan ni wọ́n gan? Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe censor gan ní North. Kàtẹ́mọ́ mélòó ni wọ́n? Àwọn British ló fraud the censor for North. The record is there. The information is there. Wọ́n ọ̀pọ̀ jù wá lọ bọ̀ kí wọ́n lè bá lò against àwọn bàbá owó lọ́wọ́ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ní 1959. Wọ́n wá change censor. Kí ló ń pè ní censor pé àwọn kan pọ̀ ju wọn lọ. The North is not more than us. Ẹ bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ mọ ìlú tó bá pọ̀ bí ó pọ̀. Ẹni kan ṣe electricity. Káwá wo mélòó ni electricity tó ń lò ní North. Mélòó ni electricity tó ń lò ní South West. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀dẹ̀. Àwọn politicians yìí ò lè sàn yẹn nínú Senate. Minister kan ló jáde nísìn. First Minister of Wales. Ó ní status quo yóò ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn dàpá bí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn olùṣítọ́ ní gbogbo wọn ní ṣẹ́ ní sóríde gbogbo àwọn politicians yẹn. Wọ́n bá sàbí gbogbo yín. Ẹ fi ìyàjọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹni ká dúró sínú inú ìlú òṣì yẹn. Gbàdúrà ẹ̀pọ̀ dẹ̀ làwọn Yorùbá náà. A máa sọ̀rọ̀ níbi ẹ̀ máa wá sí bíbá. Dàpá bí ọdún wá di emperor sínú Ògùn state olùṣì. Àwọn fraudsters tó lè criminal. Ṣègbọ́n ìbí kan náà boys tó bá dàpọ̀ abẹ́ọ́dún ṣiṣẹ́. Wọ́n ti mú l'Amẹ́ríkà ní sí tó ń ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ó lè ní gbogbo wọn. One bastard. Gbóhùn sókè, ìbá Akérédolú nìyẹn, òun ò fẹ́ kú, òun ò ṣe treat rẹ̀ ní Ondo State. Kí ló dé ká Akérédolú ṣe sálọ sí Germany lọ gba treatment? Why did he not treat himself at the general hospital in Ondo State? Is he not the governor? Ẹ̀yin máa kú tó ẹ́.
That's what we're here to offer, and I think we're in trouble. We have to.
Did you hear that? We are in trouble. Ó sọ pé we are in trouble. Ẹ̀yin wèrè sọ pé àṣì in trouble. Can you imagine Yoruba people will say we are not in trouble because Bola Tinubu is there? And some people came out and write some nonsense article and say that, because Bola Tinubu is there, the Yoruba nation struggle is gone. Bomb bastard. Bones, okay. These are the kind of people that we love because if our politicians are coming out, even if they still want to keep Nigeria, they must continue to say that this status quo is not working. You think they can change anything at the Senate? Do you know that the North, Lopoju in the Senate, ní red chamber àti green chamber àwọn ọlọ́pọ̀ jù lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí àwọn ìyàwó mi mo kí àwọn ọmọ mi mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ Abdullahi mo kí ẹ dáadáa mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn gidi tẹ́ wà lórí platform ìwọ tó bá dẹ̀ ń ṣe èèyàn gidi máa bú mi no problem ẹnu ni gbogbo àjọ wà mo kí àwọn Biafra tó ń gbọ́ mi thank you so much hey na woto Pastor Van kudos to all the Biafra media that are walking around the club Biafra first thank you so much Nweke Yusu thank you so much. If they abuse you, the Yoruba people abuse them back. If you two abuse us, we abuse you. But when we come to the movement of Yoruba nation and Biafra nation, we should be proud not to move together. And Oleshani, hey, Koiki, don't trust Biafra people. No, I should trust you. Olushi people. We should trust you. Idiot all over the place. The Biafrans are ready. Yes, Simon Emperor is working for the government. Woto tó bá bí woto jọmọ Yorùbá dá tó bá bí bàbá ẹ̀ dá jáde níjọ́ Monday sniper ló máa mórí ẹ̀ wálẹ̀ mo tẹ̀ráyè wo fíìmù gan lánàá ètí mo ń wo gan sẹ́ mo tẹ̀ gbádùn ẹ̀ mo like yẹn because mo rí àwọn tó ń yìnbọn yẹn dáadáa I like film that ẹ̀rọ bá ti ń yìnbọn kí ìbọn fọ́ orí ẹlòmíì dànù gbóhùn sókè first minister ẹ fún wa ní support yín Yami Grace Olúṣòótọ́ àpàdé lọ́sàn-án later oníbàjẹ́ fún ìyá dáadáa. Wọ́n tẹ̀ fún wa ní kankan náà lánàá ẹ túbọ̀ fún wa ẹ support wa media needs a lot of support kudos to every one of you that are watching bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń fún wa náà làwa náà disburse it in the little way we can ẹ dẹ̀ support wa ní pounds ẹ fowó sínú kófì wa ká máa rówó lò bí àṣà ìyá mi arówó lò àwùṣe àfọgbọ́hùn ìgbowó ṣà mo kí ẹ ní Benin Republic mo ní mi ní last man standing yín màá ṣí ní orí inú àmà bí yín wàá fẹ́ lè fọ fóònù ẹ mọ́lẹ̀ pé àbórí bí ọba ṣe ń gbárò wọn ò bẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ìlú yẹn lórí ẹ ló jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló ń jalè fún tó bá ní business tó dáa ni ó yẹ kájọ máa transact in millions nílẹ̀ owó Yorùbá tó kò sínú Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ẹni tó bá ní 1 million nísìn kí wíìkì kan tó tán owó yẹn ó máa drop ni kò dẹ̀ ní value gbóhùn sókè first minister.
Year 13 students at Rada comprehend.
Did you hear that? Year 13 student kí láti mọ̀ tó fi sọ ẹ ò bọ́ ṣe dress. Ta ló fẹ́ kan nú wọn Abdullahi ṣe ń connect ẹ̀ máa mọ Wales ó tẹ̀lé kúrò nílùú tó wà yẹn àwọn olùtọ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ ríṣẹ́ how can somebody sit down in Dubai ẹ̀ ríṣẹ́ látọdún méjì wọ́n kàn ń sùn wọ́n ń jí ni hand to mouth làwọn èèyàn ṣe lábroad ó dà fáwọn kan mọ̀ fáwọn tó wà lábroad ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìyà ń jẹ wọ́n hand to mouth àbí wà lẹ́yìn náà sọ àwa tẹ̀ lọ́kì ní London bíbá tó bá ti kọjá ìyá rẹ̀ bá ṣàtọrọ arápá látọrọ ara ń ṣe ìròyìn ara máa ṣe ẹ má dẹ̀ kéèyàn kan sọ fún yín pé o níwèé kọ́ wa máa dẹ́rùbà ẹni tó bá dẹ́rùbà anybody nílùú ìpín kò níwèé ẹ get it up pẹ̀lú mi kò ní da fún ẹni yẹn má gbá sí fún yín gidi. Immigration is not a disease especially anywhere in the world. Ibi tó bá ti bí ẹ sí wọ̀ bí ẹ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn o wá hustle ni. So tẹ́nì kankan bá ń threaten yín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní UK especially ẹ contact Koiki Media pé torí ẹ̀ níwèé àwọn kan wá ń dẹ́rùbà yín pé ẹ lọ gbé nínú ilé kan kódà ẹni àárí abafanto tán lẹ̀ nílùú yìí 25 years ni mo ti gbé nílùú yìí a máa jà fún yín ni bí yàn kan anywhere kò bá jẹ́ Yorùbá lẹ̀ ń bá gbé ni kò bá jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ìlú mi ni kódà any right pẹ̀lú pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe níwèé 15 years tí mo níwèé nílùú yìí mo sì ní right ọ̀ bí bàbá wọn dá anybody tó bá threaten yín nílùú yìí ẹ get in touch pẹ̀lú mi lè dá fún gbogbo wọn bá kọ́kọ́ lẹ́yìn ṣe gbàwé tí yín ni a gbé fáìlì yín jáde ẹ̀ lè ṣoríire bí yàn bá níwèé ò níwèé kò mátà ṣáà má commit crime ni that's all avoid anything crime ibi tó bá ti mọtí tó bá rí pé wèrè la àwọn tó mọtí yẹn níwèé o wọn lọ jókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn boys kan tó mọtí ní gbogbo bábà shop yẹn òfin dárúkọ bábà shop wọn pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ o wọn níwèé o ìmí ọlọ́pàá mọ̀ pé criminal ni tó bá lọ jókòó tì báyìí wo ó ń lọ nìyẹn tó bá ti ń ṣe fàájì tó bá ti rí pé kò fẹ́ tẹ́ lọ́rùn níbi tó ti ṣe ìrora move on má dẹ̀ tọwọ́ bọ̀ dé onídìí ọmọdé kódà tó bá ń wò yàn gan sẹ má wò tútí púpọ̀ tó bá ti ń wò kó bá rí pé mójú ẹ̀ kúrò níbẹ̀ torí pé tó bá lọ ń wò ó lè sọ pé sexual harassment ni bọ̀bọ̀ kan náà ni wọ́n fún ní visa láti Nàìjíríà ó wá aṣọlidé ni ó lọ sí club báyìí nísìnyí wọn ló wà báyìí nísìnyí níbi tó ti lọ ń fọ ó fi lọ gbé pọ́n ẹ fi lọ fi máa láde onídìí nínú club lọ́mọ yẹn ní kí ni gbogbo nọ́nsẹ̀nsì bí wọ́n ti sọ fún pé ní club yẹn kí àwọn club kan wà àwọn ọmọ kan máa ń wà loose bọ́kàn ṣe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yẹn ló wà loose eléyìí ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ TikTok o reality mo sọ ní London o èmi ò mọ TikTok o gbogbo ṣìtá ìṣe ní TikTok mo sọ tó bá wà ní UK tó bá farabalẹ̀ ó máa ẹ̀wọ̀n ló máa kú sí Dezeni ó máa pàdé wa ní court lágbára Elédùmarè October 2nd next month wà á ti charge nílùú yìí bọ̀ àti lè sọ pé ó dìbò àti George bá sọ pé final but for now a kò ti sọ pé a ti charge ni wọn ní ó fẹ́ wọ́ Dezeni mo tẹ̀ láti lọ rí ojú Dezeni yẹn kọ́lọ̀ fún mi lẹ́nu ìgbóhùn wáta ẹ support Koiki afẹ́ máa rin àwọn ìrìn kan ó yẹ kébì náà lọ sí Scotland gbàtà àbá lówó níta lọ síbẹ̀ kẹ lọ rí bó ṣe ń ṣe rálì yẹn kẹrí ẹ support wa ṣé ti bá fẹ́ wọ bọ́ọ̀sì lọ tí mo ti máa ṣe wàhálà tó ní kí n san £60 ṣé £60 ẹ̀ ń bo ibo ni mo ti fẹ́ mú yẹn journalist máa ń káàkiri láti lọ mú information wá fún yín ni ibì kan lọ ti ń produce oil Nàìjíríà nílùú ẹnu mo ti sọ pé mo fẹ́ fi débẹ̀ yẹn crude oil yín mo mọ ibi tó ti ń refine ẹ̀ ní UK ọ̀dẹ̀ àwa wà ní bíbá à ń fọ́lẹ̀ à ń fọ́ gbá à ń fọ́ àwo à ń fọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ń gbé kúrò wá láti Nàìjíríà nílẹ̀ Igbo they will bring it down here ẹ má bínú ẹ mọ Igbo mo ti wọnú Yorùbá language lọ sorry about that I said I was going to be speaking more of Yoruba English. We are here struggling and they are refining our crude oil. Do you know the trade between the UK and Nigeria? Do you know that as Nigerians you are not enjoying it? As Nigerians you are not enjoying the trade. It is only enjoyed between the elite. How will you enjoy it when you don't even have access to it? Let's watch this beautiful young Welsh student. Look at their outfit. Very smart. There's poverty in this country as well. And there's problem as well. But the Welsh people are saying enough is enough. Break up this messed up country. Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to the program. What I'm doing this morning is I'm comparing the Yoruba nation independent with the Wales, the Scottish, the Western Sahara, and the Catlonia. Are we on the right track? Yes, we're on the right track. And since we say we don't want to fight with weapons, we will continue diplomacy, negotiation, and campaign. But don't come and listen to all this nonsense like the 2.3 group. We don't. Hey, they've been doing awareness. Go and ask. Turkey. Because I've never seen him say that he has traveled to any other countries apart from the Turkey to what? You stay in one country, you don't even go out of that country, and they were telling you the process is like this. You say, no, we send delegate to United Nations. Idiot. Even Biafra sent their delegate to South Korea. The chief of staff to the Biafra government in exile was what? Yet they present that Elowo, because she had the flag of the Biafra. The man didn't have the flag on the UN delegate. Flag. It's just there as just somebody that was invited. But office they want to turn that into like, oh, we went to United Nations. Go and look at Simon Ekpa's page or the Biafra government Twitter. Follow one. Leave the hatred. The Biafra wants to go. There's nothing you can do to that. Leave the hatred, especially those of you hating them on Twitter. Yes, we can never be one. That is why we want to go separate ways. Go and see their government in exile, how they are set up properly. And we're telling you, Yoruba nation is not yet a country. And you want to now go and be listening to Ijile. Ijile tó kúrò nínú Turkey tó wà. Ijile has been in Turkey only God knows how long. Kò jáde nínú Turkey rí. And I've told you that if Ijile was saying that they've got a Yoruba nation for them, it should have traveled to United Nations under a diplomatic passport to United Nations. All lies. Even the government of Biafra cannot say they've declared Biafra. And you can see the activities. There's no week that Simon Ekpa doesn't trend on Twitter. The government knows it. They've requested the Finland ambassador to come and speak to them. Yet, they couldn't do anything to him. Idiot all over the place. Happy Sunday. This is where we do our own Sunday service. Let's go ahead and listen.
Had only known Wales post-devolution. They would all like more powers for Wales. But most are not yet convinced by independence, although they...
That's it. Most are not convinced, but they have to continue to tell them the reason why. This is why we are coming out as well. We have to continue to tell you the reason why we are still in Nigeria. It might take 10 years. It might take 20 years. We pray it doesn't take that long. Or you think Bola Tinubu will be there for the next 10 years. Bola Tinubu will be as old man by 2031. He will be 87 years old. God gives him a good life. He will be 87. The power goes back to the north. Do you know what is going to happen when the northerners take the power again? They will destroy the country just like Buhari destroyed it. Even if Bola Tinubu has a good intention. Even if, I use the word, even if he has a good intention. Do you think that he will be there forever? He can put all the institution in place, put everything in place. When the northerner comes and they move everything away, what is going to happen? Bola Tinubu must say, no, don't do that. Can Buhari tell Bola Tinubu how to operate the government now? Or Buhari that Buhari is shut up me because hatred wà láàrin wọn àti Tinubu kò ṣe kékeré, but they're not going to tell you that because Buhari wanted to he wanted to destroy Tinubu. Not that Tinubu is a good man as well, but at least nobody's good. But Buhari wanted to destroy him. Use Ahmed Lawan against somebody that brought you in 2015, Olori Buruku, dead or alive, bomb bastard. And that is where they can have meetings in Castina. They will destroy this government from behind the scene. Terrorists will start to operate more. You think I'm joking? Hopefully, Yoruba, tell your governors to protect it. Don't come and tell us Yoruba nation should come and protect. Where do we have the weapons? Where do we have the money? Do you know how much it runs for security? You think it's chicken change. Do you know how much they are selling one weapon? That is the responsibility of the present day governors. They are bomb bastards. They must protect Yoruba people from being kidnapped by the Fulani terrorists. And you can see the reason why YouTube doesn't want to pay me money. Because I can speak the kind of language that YouTube doesn't like. Since April, they removed my monetization. Because Lai Mohammed told them, I won't tell you those 2 videos anymore. But those 2 videos have archived it properly. But boy, Madam Nigeria. Yes, I was very serious 2 years ago. You think we were joking? I told you, Emma Dupelowo Igboho. That's what I would say.
Understand why support for it is on the rise.
I think Wales need to have more of a voice. They don't really get much of a say. 3 in 10 kids in Wales live in poverty. We've got the poorest areas in the UK.
If these ones are complaining that they have poverty in Wales, oh my God, you can imagine the kind of poverty within Nigeria. If these ones are complaining that there's poverty, shout out to every one of you on the platform. Good morning to our first listeners and our first followers. You know, some of you are just, well, I am Olayomi Koiki. They call me Koiki Media. An activist, a journalist, a father, the right to self-determination campaigner under Professor Banji Akintoye. They are complaining about poverty in Wales. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so something isn't working.
Something isn't working. If something isn't working, what do you do? Yeah, and to mouth. Thank you so much, Daniel Oyede. I can see all the comments. Check one on. A support wa. Eba afi account details wa sita. Katu gbowo die. Eja ma dawo na ni gbogbo service le ba lo laaro e. But e pe nkan na ma dawo online. A support wa no is an independent media. Independent media, you know, is not, especially we're not running any advert. So the only income that we get, and don't tell me go and work. You're a bomb bastard. Why should I go and work? Freelance. I have served this country for more than 10 years. Working. I've not done anything for Yoruba Nation campaign. Into Mujive Opo. And I think by end of this month, we'll do another fundraising for Koiki Media. Yeah, I think we should do another fundraising. In 24, Abi. Yeah. So end of the month, Emma prepare. So So the end of the month will be next week Saturday. Fundraising for Koiki Media. Take a note. Abdullah Bankosibe. Fundraising for Koiki Media next week Saturday. Agboro long. 5 naira ni, 10 naira ni. Adefe kekeke. So I told you next month. So every month I'll be doing fundraising because there's no point if the money that is meant to come through YouTube is not coming. And don't tell me, oh, what about no, Channels Television is getting money from YouTube. TBC is getting money. All those adverts and the platform is monetization long way. So next week Saturday, Lagbaro Long is going to be fundraising. So I'm a can't sit there. And to buy up Koiki mo ti fún £10. Mari. O je pe ní fún mi £10 ta ni rí o. So be ate ba pe fún ani se tọ́jú ẹ the next week Saturday we will do a fundraising and we want to raise the good money. At least raise probably £1 million. Kò ṣá pọ̀ jù na Abdullahi. Kí ló feel? Abdullahi is my engineer at the back there. Abdullahi, ṣé 1 million kéré àbò pọ̀? Ṣé kí n increase ẹ̀? Ṣé yes, ṣé 1 million wà okay? Yes or no? Ta ló sọ pé 1 million wà okay? Yes, 1 million is not okay. No. At least no, àwọn náà rẹ̀ ṣe charity kékèké. Ojoojúmọ́ làwọn èèyàn bá wa lẹ́yìn. And Koiki Media doesn't have the fund. We are independent. Lówó. Dẹ̀ ń ṣe politician. Ẹ wo àwọn politicians in this, they've stolen so much wealth. And that's why they can do and undo. The amount of money with them is unbelievable. We'll keep about Kendi Oseni. So I don't want to play too much of this video because it's not mine, but it's good to listen to it about them later. Happy Sunday as we are moving into the last week of the month. October 1st, Nisima Mama celebrate independent. Which independent? Fraudulent independent. Fundraising to Koiki Media, bringing the work closer to your doorstep. Next week, Saturday, then pin them over there. So, then no, Roman she fundraising. She go for you know. Kagbo no she feel less 1 million. Nobody koja 1 million. So our target next week is 1 million naira. Ele fún wa ní naira, ele fún wa ní dollar. Aziz mo jẹ́rìí ẹ, wo bá tẹ̀ ti gbọ́ nísìnyí ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní wọ́wọ́ yẹn káàkiri máa fún mi. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń support wa. Torí support yín ló ń jẹ́ ká sustain. And we are grateful. And nothing can stop what I am doing. Let's go ahead.
Wales's reaction to
we have not even talked about Scotland. We are still in Wales. So you can see that people around the world are saying that things are not working. Nigeria nìkan, the Welsh people are complaining just like you are complaining. People are complaining. And when we say donation, it is voluntary. Yoruba Nation. No, it is voluntary, okay? Al Jazeera is funded by Qatar government. Mumanso, Al Jazeera, that big player, mainstream media, is supported by government. Maybe some of you don't know that. So next week, Saturday, 1 million naira fundraising for Koiki Media. Platform alone. So let's go ahead.
Pandemic has shone a light on the government's powers here like never before. The students believe it's changed perception of those running the country.
People losing faith in like the Westminster government. Mike.
Did you hear that? Emma Benupe won't stop it. Because if I don't stop, if you ask how old this girl now, she's 15 years old. Let's listen back to what she said. I don't know why Nigerians are not hit up like we are hitting up. And the diaspora no push the agenda Yoruba Nation. We are pushing up because when I read this kind of, I'm watching this for the first time. You can see the girl, she's TikTok because the screen is saying TikTok is a very funny platform. Policy and all that. Even as I'm playing this video now, TikTok always complain. But we still love the platform because we have great people there. Great minds. And if you still believe in Nigeria, that is your right. Nobody can remove that.
Losing faith in like the Westminster government.
Nobody has faith in Westminster anymore. How can Westminster decide for this young girl? She said, no, I don't want that. I want an independent Wales. Then next week Saturday, fundraising for Koiki Media. And it is voluntary. pé ó lè ní blah 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 gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n pè wá bẹ́ẹ̀ nísìn ìbọ̀lọ́wà wọ́n ti wipe off but they were never serious about the agenda of the Yoruba nation from the beginning.
Government might put more faith towards the Senate and therefore they'd favour Welsh independence more than they would have initially.
I think that the UK as a union itself is probably better for all of us.
Did you hear that? This one says better. So we can never have everybody to agree. You can hear this young man, and this is second generation. I mean, you can look from his texture, it's probably from India and Pakistan. Only what the union is okay. Maybe they just need some amendment, they need more power. Is that not the same thing they've been asking for? Give more power to the state. Now lie. They don't give power. They keep power in federal.
Involved?
1 in 3 would like a referendum in the next 10 years.
1 in 3 would like a referendum in the next 10 years. Is that not what the Biafra say? The Biafra say, give us a referendum and let's decide whether we want to stay together or not. But referendum is not included in the 1999 Constitution because they know that if you include it, you would have to what? Allow it to happen. So it's all a scam because the Constitution itself was craftily. Some say it's the 1963 Constitution. Okay, this Constitution isn't working. Let's restructure the Constitution so that everybody will now put the input. Constitution shouldn't be a problem. We've seen countries that are rewriting their Constitution. Why is it different in Nigeria? It's because your politicians do not want you to move further. You're only 1 million, not enough, but we can leave it because it's going to be continued fundraising. Thank you so much. Akintunde Hassan.
In years, former First Minister Carwyn Jones could see it's a possibility, but like many opponents to independence, see little, if any, economic benefit to going it alone.
Despite the fact that support for independence is at an historic high, it's still a long way from being a majority. So I don't see...
It's still a long way to majority. Just the same thing. It's still a long way to majority for many people because about at least 8 million people vote for Tinubu. So let's say give and take about 2 million in Southwest. So those 2 million, how do we convince them? How do we tell them that an independent Yoruba is far better than the Nigeria that we have today? That is the job that we need to do. We must continue to enlighten and educate as many of them so that they can understand. Give them the pros and cons, everything in life. I remember when I was in secondary school, we always say advantage and disadvantage. Advantage and disadvantage. Yes, there will be disadvantage, there will be advantage. But we are better off to stay away from Nigeria, especially with the way Nigeria is operating presently. Ijaya Mukedada.
Yeah, a referendum happening anytime soon. There is the financial issue. There's the issue of market access. A lot of people say to me, well, if we were independent, we could get a better deal with the EU or perhaps even rejoin the EU in the future. Well, that knows the fact, of course, that Welsh goods have to go through England to access the...
Did you see that? Did you hear that? Sherry, let me say something. We should be grateful that we have a landmark. Tiko connect more Ile Igbo. It's not connected to the south, east. It's not connected to the north. Why do I say that? You see, the reason why they don't want Nigeria to break is because of the southwest water. Because the South Great Yoruba Nation on Instagram, shout out to you, shout out to all of you on the Instagram, on the IG, and on the TikTok. One more Dajupe, the moment that the Yoruba people go, we will control the waterways. I don't know how to explain this. Happy Sunday, sir. If they break away from the union, they will still have to travel with their goods through England before it gets export. You know why? Probably they don't have enough water like we do. So when we look at the map, my back view, let me go and open the Yoruba Nation, the Nigerian map. I think we saw it yesterday. Everybody, when we look at the current map in Nigeria, the way it is, yeah, I think this is it. Yeah. Now, let's study this map. I can't remove Igbo's mother there. It's going to be permanent there just to remind us that this man lost his mother because of us. And if you want to support us on the UK bank account, is there. 236972 is a sort code. The account number is 19174311. and it's called Tide account. It's a business account. I pay tax in this country, so everything has to go through the business. If you're going to help us on the First Bank, I don't have any other account apart from these. 3096808848. Olayomi Koiki, First Bank. And if you're going to send a PayPal through email, it's musakalam1@yahoo.com. If you're not sure of any of these ways to send money to me, just hold that money and try to get me. If you can't get me, keep your money. I would advise not to send money through the Cash App anymore. I don't know what happened. It's not working as it should be. That Barclays is no longer in operation. Don't send money there. Your money will be returned back to you. And we appreciate every single of our donor, whether you're in, like mommy come out every time. All she send is, small change in Nigeria. He lives in Nigeria. I called him yesterday. So we see people that donate to us from Nigeria. And when you donate that money, to be honest with you, apart from putting on my full family, I try to spread it among the team. Now team Milan of Baba, I be only boss. That time it's on. I wrote anything more 2,000 naira full. Then I send the way. That means I will be forced to send the money to my account, and then they have to send them the money. So when we say support us, even 2,000 naira, at least only my Bomila or anything. I haven't seen him on the TikTok or the TikTok with my Bommy. And they share the program to other platforms as well. Again, every donation is appreciated. But also let us remember that the YSDM is the portal when it comes to donating towards the Yoruba nation struggle. Anytime donate, because I don't need a car right now. So let's come back to the map. When you look at the map of Nigeria today, we should be grateful to Eledumare that we don't have to take our goods through the north or through the southeast before we move it out. From the Apapa, from that oceanic side, or from that ocean side of Lagos State, we can easily move goods and bring it down all the way back from Ondo, because I know that Ondo also have a bit of water. But if part of the goods that we are going to move, because when you look at the tanker on Shemisi, a big tank, because we will be able to move things out. If those tankers cannot get to Ondo State, they can pack it in Lagos State, and we can do a rail line all the way down from Ondo straight into the port. This is how things is meant to be working. But all this is not working because when the colonial era, what they did was they moved goods from the mineral resources point in Warri when they were taking the coal, or Enugu rather. From there, they moved it straight to the port. They never designed any other area. They just moved that gauge rail. But today, the beauty of technology is that we have the brains among all the Yorubas that can sit down and say, okay, Mr. Koiki, let's redesign our map for transportation. And we can move goods from Kogi State straight into Ekiti. We can open the borders. We can open road network. The future is brighter for everybody, even the northern part of Nigeria. But when you hear the other man talking, they still have to move their goods. Why do you think there's still a bit of friction, let me put it that way, between England and the EU country, or between UK? Let me use the word UK. The reason is UK is trying to be smart. They've left the European Union. They've voted out. They say they don't want to be part of it. But they still want to be sending their goods. Goods. It could be anything from their champagne that they are producing here. It could be everything from the smallest item. Any item that needs to go into the European zone must be taxed differently. You know what UK wants to do? UK wants to send those goods through Northern Ireland, because Northern Ireland is still part of the European Union. There's a friction there. So if they have to leave these Wales, as an independent, yeah? No, it's too early. Not yet. Okay, later. If they would have to have an independent Wales, they will still have to then work with England. And we are very lucky. We are lucky. In your country, there's even water in Ogun State. Even Warri Port. So the future is bright. Only they're going on a future. I don't think a lot of you understand that. The world do not want such a kind of restriction. They want to keep Nigeria When I can pin the business account here on the screen, let me do that because I'm going to worry. So at the pin it, so that's the business account there. The reason why we have to change our account is because my accountant wants everything that I do. You might think that what I'm doing is not regulated. It is still regulated. Every penny, Tibano, is accounted during my financial year accounting. So that is why we have to now open a new bank account and we close down. In your photos of there's another one called Ikere Down. Yes, justice for Mohbad as justice for every other Nigerians as well. So our future can be better out of Nigeria because Nigeria is not working to make our future a better place. Should we open the phone line or should we not? We've done almost 3 hours. Scotland, at the Western Sahara, at the Catlonia. We've only focused on the kidnapping and then all the dancing before the program, which lost about almost 50 minutes. So should we open the phone line? Do you want to add your own voice to this conversation? Because so that way is balanced. Come on, Mr. Peter, so why can't our people see this future? What kind of generation will be this? Well, we can't blame them. There's a lot of factor to that. If you want us to open the phone line, you can say yes. That means I can switch the Olayomi Koiki on Instagram and open another. I think I have a backup phone here. So that's a child. So let's open the phone line. Yes. Can you close that freezer? Close the freezer left. So Olayomi Koiki, just give me 30 seconds. Let us restart the. Let me use another phone to go live from there. Let's open the phone line. At least. Okay, I'm going to do something. Koiki Media is going to come off. So we're going to switch things around. There will be a short transmission, but we will not see much. Say, please, what will happen to our Yoruba nation if the Biafra declare? Well, we'll continue to struggle. I'll probably ask for help from the Biafra government. So let us start this and let's end this. I'm going to switch things quickly. So let's open the phone line. And let's engage ourselves a little bit again. My name is Olami Koiki. This is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. So if you also want to add your input, the reason why I have to bring up this kind of program, so that people can understand that we are on the right track. There's nothing to be concerned about when it comes to the movement. Yes, we don't want to stay with the same thing that people have been doing, but we want to do it speedily. We want to do it very quickly. But we cannot do mistake. You do mistake like the Biafra did then, and that's why the Biafra are very, very careful. They do not want to repeat the same mistake of 1967. That will be a disaster. And the reason they could not move further then was because the Yoruba people said they were not ready. But now that the Yoruba says they are ready, probably not everybody, we can push this and then push it together and then shut down Nigeria once and for all. So, once again, we've opened the phone line. The number to call is the one on the studio number, which is the one on the screen. So that probably maybe, I know I've done 3 hours, so maybe another, because the family will start coming downstairs now. So we can then probably end the conversation. If you want to call, the number is +44 74 044 059. Tibatiri call, that means I will end the program at exactly 3 hours. At least multi-phone opportunity, we cannot that's it. So if anybody doesn't want to call, that means we end the program a little bit early. So once again, shout out to those of you that are with us this morning. So I think there's a call coming through. Let's go straight to the caller that is calling through. Program it will always be different. But it's still the same message. How are you, sir? Yes, sir. How are you? Okay.
At the same time, at the same moment, at the same hour.
Okay.
M1.
Okay. Okay.
So Nigeria only soldier be ọlọ́pàá tó máa kó sí gbogbo rẹ̀.
To lè hold gbogbo wa together simultaneously. Okay. Okay.
Ìyẹn gan ni solution. Bó dẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n fẹ́ lọ ayé àwọn ìwà kan lọ fún ọ wá.
Kò tẹ̀ kọ́ ọ̀tẹ̀ ìlú wo ló fẹ́ support wọn gan nísìn. Gbogbo òlú àgbáyé busy gan. There's so much problem around the world. Yeah. I don't think Nigerian government will be, we don't pray for war. I'm not somebody that wants to pray for war, but whatever it happened, it happened. If Nigeria goes to war with Biafra today, Nigeria will not get the kind of support they had in 1967. It's as simple as that. Go possible.
Solution,
Yeah, go possible. So, Eshegoni, thank you so much. Toba Timbe, if I can't ever because I'm going to pay but next week we will hold a proper fundraising. I will allow those of you that wants to also join us on the TikTok. If you want to come through, also the same thing on the Twitter space, just for another half an hour, so that we can then start winding down. Let's quickly just do summary of the one from the Scottish. We've spent too much time on the Wales. No, that sound is coming into the broadcast. Don't do that, okay? I'm almost finished. When we're finished, we'll play outside. Okay, don't do that because sound is. So okay. Now, hundreds of people joined the march in Falkirk for the Scottish independence. The Scottish independence, let's watch the video, at least from the BBC. So that is their, their piper. I love it. Like I said, I would love to visit this kind of event, but for me to travel down there, I have to pay for at least 1 night hotel. Then I have to, I have my time there, pay for the train ticket. It would be nice to be there to see and question them and ask them. Did you hear that? What do we want now? Independent. How do you want it now? Hundreds of independent supporters have marched through the street of Falkirk in support of independence. The march was organized by all under one banner, just like we have the YSDM. If you do not know how we run the Yoruba nation, the YSDM has a publicity section. You can reach out to them if you want to get involved. YSDM is there to give you every information. You can also donate from there as well. So it's not just that we are promoting our own platform. I promote YSDM because that until Babakito is no longer at one, but for now, 72 different groups are under YSDM. So if you go back and see what is being played out in Scotland yesterday, they also have a group called the Under One Banner, where everybody that wants the self-determination of the Scottish people. So let's Google the All Under One Banner and get a little bit of information about them. So what is the purpose of it? They were set up in 2014. 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 21, 22, 23. 8 years, they are still out there repeatedly every day. The next outing is going to be next week Saturday, October 7 rather, not next week Saturday. Next week Saturday is when we are doing our own fundraising. You can see it there. They are on Twitter with their flyer, March for Independence in Edinburgh, Saturday the 7th of October. So they are moving it from one part of Scotland to another. They will be in Edinburgh on the 7th. Yesterday, they were in Falkirk, F-I-R-K. So when those of you that are saying that we should not be out there in our own, message, the question is why? Let's go back again. The All Under One Banner is a Scottish independent pressure group created on the 12th of October 2014. Just like Babakitoye created Ilana Omo Oòduà. It used to be Yoruba World Congress until people wanted to pull it down, destroy the movement. And just the same way, the doors are trying to pull down the autopilot. So if you think that we are the only one having problems, I'm sure within these Scottish people, because we are not in there, we don't know what is happening in their movement. I'm sure there will be people to Mama Jerangole said no there. Mr. Perry said, with 10 million is okay for Koiki Media. I'm sure when we start this fundraising, we can do more than that. But let's stick it to 1 million. Yeah, 10 million of the budget. So again, White Lion to Belgium. I will take you from Belgium. Okay, Nagbaro long. I think I should start doing a tour, But I want to want UK to complain. I want to go to Koiki Baolumbo. Milton Keynes. But again, all this has to be planned as quickly as possible. So we are not the only one that have something like the YSDM. We have the YSDM, but the Scottish people have what they call the All Under One Banner. And what is the job? What is the purpose? Kilo Letose created. It is only for one purpose. It is now exactly 1 minute past 12 noon. 24th of September
2023. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating their birthday in the month of September. We are almost there. So again, this was set up for one reason alone. In the aftermath of the 2016 EU membership referendum, we saw the majority of voters in the UK as a whole vote to leave the European Union, whilst most in Scotland vote to remain. Large numbers of people took part in an event on the 30th of July 2016 at the 6th AUOB march. The following was on the 3rd June 2017, saw 25,000 demonstrators. After 2017, there was not another all-one banner march until the 5th of May 2018, again at Glasgow, with a police estimate of 35,000 protesters. So they have been protesting, and they are still protesting. And the number keeps growing. The largest march in Scotland was held on the 4th of May 2019, just as our own protest was growing under Igboho with a peaceful rally. The Scotland had a biggest protest on the 4th of May 2019 in Glasgow, attracting 90,000 protesters, according to some estimated. Police in Scotland estimated that the attendance at the rally following the march to be about 35,000. Until today, they are still protesting. They are still out there. While the Yorubas are saying, no, I need the protest. Say protest against the nation, is because their understanding is not well known. Thousands joined the march for Scottish independence. The story of the Scottish independence, what next? This was written on the 26th of February, close the window, on the 26th of February 2023. So, if you are saying that we don't want rally, the question is, what next? Let's quickly read this. On the face of it, the tide of the Scottish independence has turned, with Nicola Sturgeon's resignation. A formidable champion of the Scottish state would leave the stage. The movement, famous for discipline, which it enforced party unity. I think somebody wants to join us. Let's see if we can bring that person in quickly. Hello?
Oh my God, how about
Talile, Lati Bosibo. Do you want to join the program?
Yeah?
What do you know that we are talking about?
No.
You don't know? Do you know what we are talking about?
My English speaking is...
All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye. No problem. Bye-bye. So, on the face of it, the tide of the Scottish independence has turned with Nicola Sturgeon's resignation. A formidable champion of the Scottish state would leave the stage. The movement, famous for the Scottish, with which it enforced the party unity, is visibly divided, caught up in the series of corrosive culture war. The broad coalition that brought Sturgeon built up over the years. Again, let's quickly move because of the time. I want to move now straight to the Catalonia. Again, Catalonia or Catalan independent movement is another movement that has been going on for a very long time. They've been fighting it since the 19th century. The beginning of the separatism in Catalonia can be traced back to the regionalist and the nationalist movement of the mid-19th century. That was when Nigeria was put together. Influenced by the romantic ideas widespread in Europe at the time, the first organized Catalan independent party was Esta Català. Esta Català is an independent, nationalist, historical, political party of Catalonia in Spain. So we are not the only one asking for the right to self-determination. We are still on the right track, but we must never stop. So one thing is, our company can stop, but it can never be stopped. Let's go back and talk about the Western Sahara, the last country. And when Western Sahara, the Western Sahara given its name in 1975 by the United Nations, is the last African colonial state yet to achieve its independence. About 20% of the territory is controlled by what they call the self-proclaimed Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, SADR. The remaining 80% of the territory is occupied and administered by the neighboring Morocco. So Morocco did 80% in and only 20%. Those 20%, they have their military, they have everything. They are fighting almost every day. Fight has never ended. So when we talk about the Western Sahara, yet they have 20% out of the 80%, but they still do not have a full 100% of their country. The population is estimated to be about 500,000, of which nearly 40% live in Lyoven, the largest city in Western Sahara. There was an occupier in Spain. They were occupied just like the British occupied Nigeria. They were also occupied in Spain up until 1975. They are the last country in Africa to be independent. Western Sahara has been on the United Nations list of non-self-governing territory. So nígbà tó lórí burúkú dúpẹ́ bá ń sọ fún yín pé òun ti gba country, even the United Nations recognized the Western Sahara as a non-self-governing territory. And they are telling Yoruba people, Alafia Loloyewa is doing very well, is still in Benin Republic, and is doing very well. Thank you so much, Lord Justice, for asking. Kí ló ń pè ní United Nations list of non-self-governing territory is a chapter of the United Nations Charter define a non-self-governed territory, NSGT, as a territory whose people have not yet, attain a full measure of self-government. In practice, an NSGT is a territory deemed by the United Nations General Assembly to be non-self. So when we are saying that, thank you so much. So when we are telling people that you do not have a Yoruba nation as a country yet, is all fraudster. Àwọn fraudster ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ because ó mọ̀ pé àwọn tóun bá deal kò ń ṣe ìjìnlẹ̀. And yet, many of those that are still walking around them think that they have a country called Òmìnira 2022. They are deceiving themselves. There's nothing called declaration. It's all lies. Wọ́n ṣeré ọwọ́ ni. If it was true, kí ló dé tí Jimmy ò ṣe wá láti state kó wá sí New York láti lọ represent the same formulation of Òmìnira 2022 at the United Nations General Assembly yesterday, as they were saying, láwọn ọ̀nà delegate lọ. Ṣebí Jimmy boy wà l'America. It doesn't cost him anything. All he needs to do is just get a ticket, either through the airline or get on the night bus, and you will get to New York. But one thing is, many of you must understand that the Yoruba nation struggle is almost still in the right direction. We've talked about Western Sahara. Let's go a little bit. In 1965, the United Nations General Assembly, which is the same General Assembly that talks about as a delegate, which is all lies, adopted its first resolution. Any company resolution tí wọ́n fi sọ pé Òmìnira 2022 at least was recognized as United Nations delegate. Any company information pé evidence that Òmìnira 2022 tó ń pariwo yẹn pé ó lọ represent àwọn Yorùbá ní United Nations. Any company resolution tí ó fi lọ attend that United Nations General Assembly. They are dealing with intelligent people here. Àwọn kì í ṣe ìjìnlẹ̀. Ìjìnlẹ̀ ni kò lè fi brain ẹ̀ láti fi multiply in tó ń sọ. Ó ń sọ picture. Kí ni kàn wá pẹ̀lú picture? Ẹni kọ́ tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ tán pè ní United Nations resolution. United Nations resolution would happen when certain things has happened or occur, whether in the history, in the past, or present. So the reason why the United Nations is not there to build you a government. It's not there to make you a country, but it is there to work towards when you apply for a state as a state under the United Nations as a member. And when you're going to apply as a member, then they would have to see all the evidence. Whether you have gone through a referendum, whether you have gone through a war, whether you have gone through anarchy. Sudan went through a war, there was a referendum. East Timor fought with the Indonesian government for more than 30 years. They eventually got their independence on the 20th of May, 2002. Macedonia had their independence. South Sudan is the last country. Yoruba nation is not a country yet. It has not been declared as a country. It is all lies. There is no evidence to such that Yoruba nation has been declared. We are saying it is as simple and it's as simple as that. Yoruba nation is not yet a country declared. Western Sahara, that is even have 20% of their territory control, has not been recognized as a full country. as we speak to you, and they've been on it since 1965. Not to anyway. They have been fighting, they have been killing, and yet some people are saying, Emma joke, Jesu ti bá wa gbà, Ànábì ti bá wa gbà, Ìṣẹ̀ṣe ti bá wa gbà. These are crazy set of people. Ó rà pé ẹ̀mọ́ tẹ́ ń sọ, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń lọ ń jókòó sórí platform ìjìnlẹ̀. I think you all are crazy. Tí ẹ bá crazy ni, ẹ máa sọ pé ẹ ti gba country, kò dẹ̀ sí United Nations resolution. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ sáré wo, what is the meaning of United Nations resolution? United Nations resolution. What does it mean? When we say United Nations resolution, kí ló mean? The United Nations resolution is a resolution that is formally expression of the opinion or will of the United Nations organs under the Security Council, the General Assembly, Economic and Social Council, and Human Rights Council resolution are issued as individual documents. The resolutions of the principal organs are also issued in an annual or sectional compilation. So when you look at all the resolution that is out there today, the question is, where is the Yoruba Nation Òmìnira 2022 tó ń pariwo? Mad people all over the place. Let's put Yoruba Nation there and see. After putting a search of Yoruba Nation, ẹ jẹ́ ká put Òmìnira 2022. Ìbí tí wọ́n pè nìyẹn. Bí àyàn jáde, mad people all over the place, crazy people. They think they're dealing with stupid people. Let's put Nigeria and see whether anything pops up. Yes, something will pop up. Where can I find a statement made by the Nigerian during the general debate? Somebody is asking. This was as at 2023, April, in Yokonberi. Who is the current Deputy Secretary General and who has held that previous post? These are the people that have asked questions. So when they are saying that, this, and this is meant to be part of the United Nations, let's go back again. This is the UN document. So Tebani Duponiti Tifoni document. Kilodeti document here is not on the library of the United Nations. About repost account details there. Somebody's asking, Mr. Oluwafemi Fefuni support Laroy. Back end team, can you put the account details out, please? Oh, there, scroll, okay. Anyway, you screen cover me. So by the time I remove my back screen, you'll be able to see. So the United Nations resolution stands for a lot of things. And it is there for a purpose. And you can see it goes all the way back. Even as far back as 1946, there's different resolution. So, níbo ni resolution dúpọ̀ ní tìrí wà lábẹ́ United Nations olóṣì ìyàwó èrè. Níbo ni resolution ẹ̀ wà lábẹ́ 2022 táàrí. Where is the Òmìnira 2022? Account details in office ẹ̀ sort code and account number. Tide Bank. Thank you so much to all our donors. So when you look at the resolution that was adopted by the Security Council in 2022 does not indicate anywhere that there is a Yoruba nation that has also been phantom into a country. So ọ̀nà àwọn lọ represent wa, ọ̀nà olóògbà lọ represent wa. Where? How? And some Mughal people are down there saying that the Yoruba nation has been declared and they've gone down to United Nations and want to celebrate on the platform. I don't think these people are normal people. I don't think they are normal. The Security Council resolution, you can see that it goes back as far back as 1946, 47, 1948, 1949, 1950, 51, 52. Tabanika lọ sí around 1960, there is probability that we will find something that will link to Nigeria there. Let's just look at Nigeria and look at Nigeria independence. Let's see if we can find something around Nigeria independence. Or let's just put Nigeria again. Let's put Nigeria again. And let's see if anything pops up. I'm almost finished. Nothing is coming up here. Resolution that was adopted. Is it more? Let me close some of these because I don't want this to other than the people any platform not to hold the limit. So we are almost there. So okay, let's do this. Let's just click on 1960 and see some of the resolution that came out as at that time. So admission of new members to United Nations, Nigeria. Olele, there was a resolution. Yoruba Nation. Understanding. This is 1960. This is a resolution. One bí mi pé èdè wo mo fẹ́ fi kà. English nìkan ni mo understand. Let's click on the English and let's see what is written there under Nigeria. And you can see the document that Nigeria was able, I have to bring it up a little bit, expand it more. So let's go back to how a resolution was put together on the 28th of September 1960. The Security Council, having examined the application, where is the application for Òmìnira into that United Nations popular representative? Where is the application? This, I have to print this out. But this is another document that we should be talking about. Let's support why so that we can do more. So màá save it láti print ẹ̀ later. So you can see the document of how Nigeria itself applied ni mo sọ yo. This is the how Nigeria got their membership, but there was a resolution before they can even accept gbogbo wa pé a fẹ́ gba Yoruba nation. The resolution will look into whether we have done what it needs to be done. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ogun ni, there will be resolution of what is going on until there will be a determined to say, okay, Yoruba nation has been declared and is now a full member of the United Nations. Biafra nation has been declared. They will now look at how it got declared before they can phantom it. Even Biafra that are working so hard have not declared their nation. And this is why we are saying to those of you that are listening to them, you must not look at sentiment. Like ìyá yẹn ká ni ìyá yẹn kí ló wà lára ẹ̀ tá fẹ́ like. Bastard. We are talking about facts and example, which I'm showing you right now. So tó bá gba Yorùbá òmìnira yẹn nísìn, is it not the same thing that we're going to see? We're going to see the same thing. If I can see the Nigerian one there as far back as 1960. So what do you think? And you can see that the ink is there. What was discussed, I'm going to read it out. And it has been translated to another language, which is France. But we don't discuss the decision that was made as at that time in 1960. We can still read it. You come and sọ fún mi pé ní 2023, má yẹ kí Koiki rí information yẹn, ẹ bá wa tọ́jú ẹ̀ pamọ́. Don't bastard all over the place. Let's read this quickly. This was a resolution that as of 28th of September 28th of September, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. October ni wọ́n accept Nigeria into a member of the United Nations. But what ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń debate, what ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe resolution ni a month before the before the acceptance. A month before the acceptance. A month before the acceptance. So when this idiot tó pè rẹ̀ ní Dúpẹ́ 419 àti Ìjìnlẹ̀ 419 àti gbogbo àwọn tó jọ wà lábẹ́ wọn tẹ́wá ní Bàbá Akíntóyè olè, Ìgbòho olè. Àníkẹ́ fún wa ní information ẹ sọ pé olè ẹ̀yin ọ̀dẹ̀. Give people the information and let's see and let's vet it. Lè ṣe because you know that is all lies. The Security Council having examined, did you hear that? Having examined, níbo ni wọ́n ti examine ní òmìnira 2022. Ẹni kan fún yín ní evidence yẹn. Níbo ló ti examine it? Because they must have examined it before they can even allow them to come as a country. The man went there as an independent person. He never went there as a Yoruba, Òmìnira, whatever. He went there as an independent delegate, either through invitation or through application that he did. It's a big deal. You can be a delegate. Let's ask the question. Can I be a delegate? Delegate, D-E-L-E, delegate. Delegate to UN General Assembly. Let's see what it says. Delegate rules and procedure. How do you become a delegate? Contact the Minister for Youth, senior public servant, the ambassador to the UN, or even the head of state. You might also try to get letters of endorsement from all of the above, plus key civil society leaders. Tell me no about the right person to le fún wa ní letter. I want to let now, it's a big deal. And they can then come up with pictures and say we are a delegate. This is the kind of event that they went. I want to shit on pariwo káàkiri. Wọ́n lọ jókòó sínú yàrá kan tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa whatever they were discussing there. Lọ́wọ́ fẹ́ sọ yẹn di bàbàrà. They were never inside the main United Nations Assembly Hall. They can never. But the fools that are jubilating and celebrating and saying, they don't understand what is literally going on. The man was either a delegate through somebody, not through Òmìnira 2022, okay? So if you are still one of those thinking, take that stupidity out of your mind. The delegation of a member shall consist of not more than 5 representatives or 5 alternative representatives and as many advisors, technical advisors. Even Tinubu tó ń lọ síbẹ̀ gan, ó lé èèyàn tó lè kó lọ. And one thing is, United Nations kò ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ fi parọ́ o. I don't think you understand what it means. Because United Nations did not recognize you to come there as Òmìnira. So hey, don't represent anybody. You went there as an independent person. The delegation of a member shall consist of not more than 5 representatives. That is the rule number 25. Number 26, an alternate representative may act as a representative upon designation by the chairman of the delegation. So going to United Nations is just off it. It doesn't mean anything. It does not mean any jack shit. So that just to clear that for those that are saying what will see United Nations. Let's quickly go back again to how the Security Council, having examined our application as at the time to become application of the Republic of Mali, they also recommend to the General Assembly that the Republic of Mali be admitted to the membership in the United Nations, and the declaration and the decision rather as its 907th meeting. Gbogbo meeting tó bá ń ṣe ní United Nations is documented and it will be for public domain. For public to view. On the 28th of September 1960, the council decided to inform the president of the General Assembly, as at that time, that is Resolution 158/1960 and Resolution 159/1960 is recommending the admission of the Republic of Senegal, the Republic of Mali, to supersede its Resolution 139 of 1960, recommending the admission of the Federation of Mali. Again, that same 1960, there was another resolution of 7th of October 1960. The Security Council, having examined, wọ́n yẹ̀wò, wọ́n gbé yẹ̀wò, wọ́n wo gbogbo reason tí ó ṣe jẹ́ kí wọ́n fún Nàìjíríà náà ní application wọn tí wọ́n submit. Because you must put that application together and submit it. The Biafra will not be able to do so until the gbasgbos ṣẹlẹ̀ nísàlẹ̀ or a referendum. And a referendum will be conducted by the United Nations, not by the government of the day. The United Nations must be on the ground to monitor and witness a referendum. And if all that does not work, then there will be gbasgbos. The gbasgbos will lead to the Security Council talking about it. They will tell everybody to come back on the table, and they will then say, okay, we don't want bloodshed. We are having too much problems. There's too many people that have scattered. There's death all over the place. It is time now. The country must decide what they want to do with those that are agitating. And that is when things have got heat up. But for now, you must continue to talk to countries that are members of the United Nations and other leaders around the world, including those in your own country that you want to go, which is exactly what we have been doing. So the Security Council, having examined the application of the Federation of Nigeria, recommend to the General Assembly that the Federation of Nigeria be admitted to the membership in the United Nations. Nígbà wo ni wọ́n admit àwọn òmìnira, bomb bastard, crazy people all over the place. Ẹ fi máa parọ́ fáwọn èèyàn lórí social media. Ẹ ní ṣoríire. Kí lẹ gbọ́n mi ọmọ gbọ́n láwọn sọ. The point is they can't answer question. Those who agree that Òmìnira Yoruba 2022 send them the delegate to the United Nations, can they ask for the evidence? There's no evidence. Yes, anybody can go to United Nations if you are invited. You can be a member of delegate. And when you go there, you can take picture and come out and say, hey, what you want to United Nations? No. mo ti bá yín gbé òmìnira lọ síbẹ̀. The decision to accept Nigeria membership have a resolution, and the evidence is out there. 1960. Òun ṣe pé mo ṣe lọ phantom ẹ̀. So if we are now talking about the present day of 2022, by now ó yẹ ká rí resolution tó sọ pé òmìnira o ó wà ń bẹ̀ o òun lélẹ̀ gbogbo resolution tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2022 òun lélẹ̀. And I can read it up quickly. Ṣèbá around November lọ́nà àwọn declare. Let's see whatever resolution happened in November. In November, what they talked about was the situation in Bosnia and Herzegovina. That was the 2nd of November 2022. On the 14th of November this same 2022, the situation in the Central African Republic. On the 14th of November 2022, there was a report of the Secretary General on the Sudan and the South Sudan. There's still tension. On the 15th of November 2022, the situation of Somalia. On the 17th of November 2022, the situation of Somalia pops up again. On the 30th, that means what you override, whatever Ominira also, nothing popped up on Ominira under the United Nations resolution in November last year. Olórí burúkú ni olódúpọ̀ ní tìyẹn kò ní dá fún. Ó rò pé ọ̀dẹ̀ làwọn tó ń bá dín, mo ní gbogbo ilé làwa ti lọ check kò sí kankan tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀. À ń sọ fún yín pé kò sí anything called declaration. The last resolution in November was the non-proliferation proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, and then it moved to December. So the question, maybe some of you might say you cannot see it. So let's go back again. Láti November, you can see it there. Gbogbo bí tí mo highlight láti bíbá dé November. You can see that there's a resolution. There will be a resolution for everything that takes place under the United Nations. Don't come and tell us lies. We are no longer in the dark era. So, and on that note, I think we've been able to now touch on every other platforms when it comes to, I think, the Western Sahara again. Let's see if we can pick anything. It's been a lot of tension there. Western Sahara, the polarized movement, 16th Congress, they are still talking. I don't know what they're saying here, but let's go and look at it. This is the African news. So let's quickly watch this before we go.
Sahara Movement 16th Congress, the Western Sahara's pro-independence movement, is set for a leadership election this Tuesday. Since Thursday, thousands of soldiers and supporters gathered at the Dakhla refugee camp in the Tindouf region of Algeria to hold the party conference. The gathering is discussing party policy and strategy in a struggle against Morocco, which has controlled most of Western Sahara since moving in 1975.
Did you hear that? But these are already running as a country. Some countries have recognized them. The UN also recognized them to some extent, but not as a full country, because they are only operating 20%. They are not even operating out of their territory. Morocco ti ń jẹ wọ́n lára. And that is why they are saying that àwọn máa jà para wọn ni. They've been fighting. Ẹ ṣe ara àwọn sójà tó wà ní military. And that's why I say, as a Yoruba people, our politicians are not supporting us. We must continue to engage with them. We must continue to dialogue with them. We must negotiate with them. And if all that fails, then whatever is going to happen will happen. Let's go back again. I'm going to rewind it again so that you can listen to it again. You can see that they have their own military architect and they can defend it. They can buy weapons because already, as far as they're concerned, they're countries. Even if every country does not recognize them. Western Sahara is already operating as a country. Dupe is not bringing any adele kokon. It's all fraudsters. Ó ń gbọ́ mi báyìí olórí burúkú ẹ̀ wà lábẹ́ programu ìyàwó èrè.
The Polisario Movement 16th Congress, the Western Sahara's pro-independence movement, is set for a leadership election this Tuesday. Since Thursday, thousands of soldiers...
Stop again. Hey, imagine if we are able to have a state operating like this out of Nigeria, nílẹ̀ Yoruba, then we can be able to say yes. Àwọn náà máa ní ọmọ ogun rẹpẹtẹ. Wálé àlíyàn ó rà pé yẹn náà ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá ní àwọn sójà àwọn wèrè. Ṣé ẹ̀rí bí sójà ṣe múra ni? Àwọn Biafra kan tá a rí gan sẹ̀ ìránṣẹ́ àríbọ̀ ṣe ń dress. Ẹ wọ aṣọ inter-passport tó ní àwọn sójà àwọn tó mú sí prison olùṣí. One bastard.
Soldiers and supporters gathered at the Dakhla refugee camp in the Tindouf region of Algeria to hold the party conference. The gathering is discussing party policy and strategy in a struggle against Morocco, which has controlled most of Western Sahara since moving in 1975. Continued armed combat after the occupier Morocco broke the ceasefire on 13 November 2020 has put the Western Sahara issue back onto the international stage.
Did you hear that? It has actually put them back onto the international stage. Ìjà làwọn jà. As they are defending their territory, Morocco will penetrate. They are fighting within the borders.
The UN Security Council has called for a revival of negotiations in the disputed territory.
Did you hear the word United Nations? Let's leave it that way. Let me start going. Thank you so much for joining us today on the program. My name is Olamide Koiki. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've done 3 hours, 23 minutes. That's extra half an hour away from my normal time. Moki Bugwale can say thank you so much. If you're listening to it live, you're going to be watching it later. But before we go, let me also sorry backup channel wa elo síbẹ̀ ta ló tún fẹ́ pè ní sígbà láti fẹ́ máa lọ nígbà tí bá ti bá fẹ́ máa lọ lè máa ń tí wá pè àtẹ̀kọ́ láti ní kẹ́ pé ẹ pé o hello caller. Hello. Ẹ fẹ́ dá sórí program ni.
Ẹ jọ kí ni àkáǹtì yẹn mò ń tà láti send owó sínú ẹ̀ ó sọ fún mi pé the account you put
ó máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yeah kò matter ẹ go ahead with it it's fine you might say that yeah there's nothing wrong with it ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ló wá fẹ́ mi one love ẹ ṣe gan ni thank you so much ẹ ṣe gan ni tó bá ní kẹ́ go ahead in case the account máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ because it's a business account ó lè sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò matter our banks máa sọ pé àwọn recognize it but it's still the same thing there's nothing wrong with it ẹ go ahead.
Okay.
ẹ ṣe gan ni thank you so much àwọn èèyàn ńláńlá tó dá nìyẹn. So ẹ bá wa lọ sórí backup channel wa yẹn mo fẹ́ post link yẹn síta again ká tó máa lọ àṣàkọ abẹ̀yìn ni if we have 41,000 on the other channel and we are now pushing the new channel and nobody every our videos goes well the one I did last night almost about 2-point-something K beauty we are appreciating that we love you for that. But bá wa lọ sórí backup channel yẹn èèyàn mélòó ni kò tí ẹ má parọ́ èèyàn mélòó ni kò tí subscribe sórí backup channel yẹn ẹ sọ pé yes èmi ò tí subscribe wọn nínú yín lẹ́gbàá lórí ẹ̀ so I'm gonna post a video now tí mo ṣe ní ìjọ Friday tí mo ro ráàbù mi sára I'm gonna post that link now on the current broadcast tó ń lọ nísìn ẹ bá wa ṣe kí ni kẹ́ tó lọ màá slow down there mo fẹ́ rí i pé nọ́mbà yẹn increase. So link yẹn mo ti ń fi sórí platform báyìí nísìn mo ti ń fi sórí YouTube ẹ kàn gbọ́wọ́lé kẹ́ click follow ẹ dẹ̀ padà wá sórí bíbá àdúródé yẹn má wọrí so we will do that for the next 10 minutes we need you to help us push that platform we need you a lot to help us push it so let me send it to the Facebook as well mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa when we are talking we are not angry with you all. We are angry with the system that has been set up to destroy our lives as people. So in case some of you might be like, but boy, so I won't like it. Well, like I said, we cannot all be the same presenter that you want. So that's the fact. So about I go on the link here. I've sent it out as well. Put it on Facebook. On TikTok. Send it. But sorry, WD Media channel, you know. WD76 Media. Àwọn kan wà níbẹ̀ tá a bá ti go live wọ́n máa ń rí wa lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ but àwọn kan they don't see us because ẹ má bínú kí ló dé tí mo ṣe ń rí back okay yeah that's fine no mo ti padà ẹ jẹ́ n padà wá báyìí so yeah so ẹ bá wa ṣe kí ni ẹ bá wa follow ẹ ẹ bá wa follow ẹ thank you so much I know a lot of people are also listening to us on the Twitter we run cost to do a lot of what we do mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́wà lórí MixLR. The MixLR is ìjìnlẹ̀ fi ń parọ́ pọ̀ ní radio station sí àwọn tó ń jẹ́ radio station so thank you so much everyone thank you Miss Gold baba Ọdẹ́dìran Látúnjí appreciation to every one of you Ismaila Basaburu mo ti pẹ́ tí mo ti rí ẹ̀yin ti Libya Ajani Àjàlá ṣàlàfíà ló wà tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti rí ẹ lórí platform ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ new listeners wa mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ long term friends of the platform we appreciate you ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹni media tó ní understanding kan tá gbé dání mo kí ìyá mi Sangolana ẹ ṣé gan ni Paris TV thank you so much ẹ jẹ́ nìkan appreciate gbogbo nǹkan tó máa lọ Mr. Ọládélé Ọlámilékan ẹ ṣé gan ni. Yorùbá yẹn máa ti ń pọ̀jù fún mi ni ẹ má bínú pé mi ò gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa. So ìwọ̀nba tá a bá gbọ́ náà làkọ̀rọ̀ ń sọ pápápá báyìí. Thank you so much to our Biafras. I know you guys have been there as well. We appreciate you. We love you. I know sometimes you get lost in the program, especially when you speak Yoruba. Thank you so much. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ní Twitter, ẹ lọ, register for Twitter. It's very, very important. We must have Twitter account. And on that note, happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the day. If you're in Nigeria, stay safe. Alex Mamu, báwo ni o? My brother, pẹ̀lú gẹ̀ẹ́yì, èmi náà ni màá lọ sí gym báyìí. Ta ló wà níbẹ̀ again? A lot of you on the TikTok, thank you so much. A lot of you. Grandma Awoniyi, our grandchildren, kọ́ ṣọ́ yọ yín lẹ́nu. Mo kí ẹ̀yin àwa tẹ́ wà ní Nàìjíríà, cost you hands and leg. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, bàbá mi Moses, ṣe ti padà sí base, abẹ́ṣe wà nísàlẹ̀. Thank you so much. Mọ́ríàmọ́ Onífádé mo kí yín mà. Sàlámù àlékún mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Mùsùlùmí o. Ìyá mi náà wọ̀n tí follow page yẹn. Link yẹn ni a ti post yẹn, tẹ́ bá gbọ́wọ́ lé, ẹ kàn lọ síbẹ̀. So let's see if anything will change there. Let's see. Mo mọ̀ bí tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀, a wà ní just under 500. Àti wà ní 474. Ṣá lè push ẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí. How many people have not joined the backup channel? Mo kí àwa Comfort Ológunjà, mo kí gbọ̀n GR1. Ọmọ Bọ́lájí Abdullahi ìyàn tèmi. Mo ti rí owó tẹ́ fi ránṣẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Fẹ́mi, mo ní dárúkọ sọ́nà ó ti wọlé, ó ti fún mi notification. Thank you so much. Every little helps. Bí àṣà Tesco, £5, £10, it goes a long way. But next week, a máa ṣe fundraising. So kí gbogbo ike mú wallet yìí jáde fún wa ní next week. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. If there's any hiccup anywhere, just accept it like that. Mr. Olariwaju Arúlò mo kí gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí. Wherever you are around the world, we pray that the government in Nigeria will protect you for now. But again, we must continue to put them on their toes. That is the only thing we can do. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Milton Keynes, ní England, ní Scotland, ní Wales. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Turkey, èèyàn gidi, kò ń ṣe ìjìnlẹ̀ là ń kí o. A rò pé ìjìnlẹ̀ èèyàn gidi ni, kò ń ṣe èèyàn gidi rárá. Kò ní understanding kan tá a gbé dání. Kò ní understanding ẹ̀. Ó sad gan, but it's okay. So mo kí gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá world media, mo kí Nnamdi Kanu. Let's listen to what Nnamdi Kanu said. Ó wà lára fídíò kan tí mo ní backup yẹn ká kọ̀ gbé.
People don't know what is coming with it.
They don't know what's coming.
They have no idea. I feel sorry for this.
Yeah?
They have no idea.
Don't play with that.
Any day that all of you can go to support your one Nigeria cabbage, the more you're digging your collective graves. Nigeria can never ever be fixed. It's broken beyond.
I think we should see the video. Every reaction. I think that video is good for us to see. Let me play that video so that you can see. Nigeria can never be fixed. I understand some of you love Nigeria so much, but there's no problem. You can love Nigeria, but Nigeria doesn't love you. It can never be fixed. Even if you don't like Igbo people, if you don't like Yoruba people, that goes vice versa. If you don't like Hausa people, we can still live side by side as neighbors. Mukia Eunice, so let's just watch this. Is it just 24 seconds? Let's just see how Nnamdi Kanu was responding in that video. Let's watch it together. And this again is on our backup channel. Ebalo, follow it. Thank you so much, everyone.
People don't know what is coming with it. They have no idea. I feel sorry for this. They have no idea. Any day that all of you can go to support your one Nigeria cabbage, the more you're digging your collective graves. Nigeria can never ever be fixed. It's broken beyond repair. Can never be fixed.
I love that word. It's broken beyond repair. Let's take it one more time.
People don't know what is coming with it. They have no idea. I feel sorry for this. They have no idea.
They have no idea.
Any day that all of you can go to support your one Nigeria cabbage.
You're digging your grave.
The more you're digging your collective graves.
Collective graves.
Nigeria can never ever
be fixed. Never. It's broken.
Can never be fixed.
Never be fixed. There's hatred among us. So again, that is the channel there. In case the Banwaluri, the Koiki Media backup channel here. This is Boshemari Lele. It's called WD as Whiskey Doctor 76. I noticed that when we go live on the Star Radio, which we have been doing in the last few weeks, only few people don't join. The reason is follow it. Let's click the subscribe button and the whatever notification so that when we go live. Again, attack when it comes to media. We are being guarded and I think I should show you what Rosu Kilo Tenje, they are really pushing to stop the media from getting our messages out. But boy, I need 11.3 million followers. Russell Brand, 11.3 million followers. Loni, imagine if you put out a message out there, it travel fast. But they are trying to gag every one of us. Let's listen to what he says here. Let's listen. And this was posted just on the 22nd of September.
There, your awakening wonders. Obviously, it's been an extraordinary and distressing week. I thank you very much for your support and for questioning the information that you've been presented with.
The same way that they are putting different information against Yoruba Nation. Let's hear what he has to say.
By now, you're probably aware that the British government have asked big tech platforms to censor our online content.
Did you hear that? The British government have asked big tech companies to censor what we are saying. The same goes to everybody. The moment that they say that where you are taking your message and information to, they will tell the big tech company, how can we have 500,000 followers on Facebook and you can see the number of people watching me, 22. It doesn't add up. Definitely, we have been censored. That's what some of you don't understand. Because the job of Facebook is to send notification to the 500,000 people that say, we love Koiki, we want to listen to him. But rather, they've turned it down. If he is saying the same thing with 11.2 million followers alone on the Twitter, on YouTube, they've stopped his monetization. He has now moved to Rumble. That is why the Biafra is not using YouTube anymore. That was sound media like Pastor Van Vam and the rest. They are not using it anymore. Let me rewind this again. The British government is asking the big tech, and along with the big tech, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, not on Instagram, to do what? To make sure that our message of hope to save humanity does not travel fast. And this is the reason why you must now push the message as we push it. Let's listen to him one more time.
Hello there, your awakening wonder. Trusted is used as part of an acronym to describe an unelected body. Trust is the last thing The Trusted News Initiative is a collaboration between big tech and legacy media organizations to target, control, choke and shut down independent media organizations.
Who are the independent? People like me. Don't let the message of Koiki Media to travel to Nigeria. When Nigerians listen to such message, their mindset will start changing.
Like this one. We'll be talking about that on our show on Monday on Rumble. But just to give you an idea of what the TNI is, this is a quote from one of their spokespeople. The actual real rivalry now is not between the BBC and CNN globally. It's actually between all trusted news providers and digital platforms. It's clear that these organizations collaborate in constructing narratives, whether that's around the war or the pandemic. And of course, there are other examples.
Like self-determination and those Biafra, Yoruba, everybody asking for the right.
And it's very clear to me that we have to be very, very cautious indeed. That's why I'm asking you to follow me on Rumble.
If you don't follow us, you will not know. You must follow us. That's why we are saying, go there. How can we have the same people that we are trying to say, Eba, see the next channel, Eba, follow it, but they don't want to go? I don't understand. But that will not stop our message. Thank you so much, everyone. I think I got to go now. You can see that my son is really on my neck here. So thank you so much, everyone. My name is Alami Koiki. Have a very good afternoon, good morning, and we hope you've enjoyed the Sunday service. I've seen the donation. At least, like I said, nothing is ever too small in your donation. It keeps me going, and it keeps the platform stronger as well. Thank you so much. Triple DRS. Media as well. Now relax, and I'll be back tomorrow by God's grace. But follow me on Twitter at Koiki Media so that we can keep the message alive. Bye for now.